There we go. Go, YouTube being kind of slow, but that's okay. I'm about to have that link for you. Here it is. And I'm gonna spam it in the chat. No, wait, yeah. There it is. It took me a little while. Okay, how are we doing? Are we all back? Are we all back? Did we all find our way over to the second stream? Are we good? I need to know. Are we all in the new stream? Back in the radioactive leak stream? Do you want to go back to some radioactive leaks? I feel like we're gonna go kind of late tonight. As I drink my club soda. Somehow I never realized that club soda is actually better than seltzer water. I'm not sure why though. Can anybody explain that to me? Why is club soda better? There were illegal links, but I persevered. I mean, that happens. That happens when you're swimming in the radioactive waters of Chernobyl. So I think, is this the one that I watched?
Allegedly. I don't know if this tweet's real, but...
Okay, this is Oompaville. Now, I will warn you, we're kind of delving into the waters of the commentary community here, and I don't know, you know, we heard people like using, you know, the R slur as the pejorative, like calling stuff gay, you know, I don't know. Hopefully this is not like that. This is Oompaville. Oh my gosh, Oompaville has a lot of subs. I hope we're still okay to watch this chat. If the stream goes down, trust that I will make it come back up.
From the future, here to give you an update that you need because I am a hero and I am falsifying narratives just for you. This story got more insane than I could have ever possibly predicted and or imagined. Mutahar made a video that is insane, and Nicholas DiOrio also made a video that is crazy of leaked phone calls and NDAs. This shit goes deep as so buckle in, enjoy this part. There's going to be more. And that is, of course, if we all don't get sued, allegedly. I don't know if this tweet's real, but if this shit's real, this is about to be one fucking crazy ride. Hello, my name is Caleb. I've been wearing the same clothes for 4 days and I haven't showered in 5. So this is a really big, crazy, unbelievable, mind-boggling situation that's been going down over the last couple days, and I am directly involved in it. And I will explain to you exactly why. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Is it a real sponsor?
Just kidding. But first, are you familiar with Mama Max, the content creator? Mama Max is the love child of Chris Hansen, Corpse Husband, and Leafy is Here. Chris...
Pretty much. I couldn't have said it better.
Hansen because he's a predator hunter, or at least he made it seem like he was. Corpse husband because of the way his voice sounds. He sounds like he's trying to seduce you while making you believe that he's hunting predators or something. I'm not sure.
How many bloody times do we have to do this dance? You with us. We
I thought he was supposed to be like a demon.
with you.
And Leafy is here because he loves to cover his chin. Mama Max became pretty popular back in late 2021 and early 2022 when he uploaded a video titled "Pick a Side, YouTube," and he accused YouTube of protecting predators, essentially. The video was covered by a lot of people, myself included, as you can tell by this thumbnail that I did. That I thought was really good. I thought it was a really good idea. My videos didn't do as well then, as you guys can tell. I can't imagine why. I can't imagine why they didn't do as well then. He even came on to the Some Ordinary podcast as a guest, and we talked about how well his video was done and how dramatized it was and how interesting and artistic and epic it was. And
Wait.
we also talked about the conversation that it started, guys, because that's what we're all about, is starting conversations.
For a second, I thought it was Leafy.
We're in it for the social change. At least I am. That's why I do this. Also the money. Mammy Max became notorious for using his channel to call out files and predators with a deep emotional
I'm a little bit uncomfortable.
complex twist.
Chad, I'm watching Oompaville. Can anybody tell me about Oompaville? Tell me about this channel. Anybody?
Turns out there are a lot of people that now believe he was deceiving everyone all along. So how can you go from being essentially a hero in some sense to a villain in another sense? I don't really, that seems really stupid to say out loud. It sounded better in my head. So let's talk about his pedo hunting
Oh no, not the booty warrior.
videos. He's best known for his videos and content that are geared towards hunting and reporting them to the FBI. In these videos, he artistically describes himself hunting down pedophiles and pretends he's the chicken from Hotline Miami on frequent occasions.
Oh,
It's really odd. I mean, they might
that's what that's from.
say he's super artistic. The dude has definitely got a mind for art, for sure. I've never done anything artistic in my life except for this. Check this out. What do you think? Is that pretty cool?
What is that, an all spectrum light?
How do I look? Did I look good? Did I look artistic? How about this? How about that? Do I seem artistic?
I mean, that's definitely an artistic interval to play on.
It's a hard chord to play. He made a ton of these PDF file hunting videos, cracking down on disgusting freaks from around the internet and world. But his community continually supported him to keep these freakazoids off the streets. Okay, so you can see maybe there's a bit of too much, positive, too much blowing smoke a little bit. I've never received a nice comment like this ever. Most of my comments are just people making fun of the way my head, how big my head is on my body, and also how just round and bulbous my ass cheeks are. That's another common comment that I get that I just can't stand seeing. So now the story is this veil of badassery is slowly dropping, and we are witnessing a YouTuber with a bit of a hero complex, a bit of a savior complex, right? Messiah complex.
I guess I have like a hero complex because I want to take care of everything and protect y'all.
Do you know what that is? I'll put a definition on the screen for you right now, okay? Heal, and also heal and veil, and also veil. Motherfucker. The following section will be about how Max basically can get his audience to kill people, or at least say that they're going to kill people on his behalf, and also he calls them to do so. How exactly do you get an audience that's this loyal and this protective? Well, you post videos for years about topics that ignite protective instincts in people. You galvanize the public. You get the hearts and the minds. How many fucking times do I have to tell you, idiots? It's easy to galvanize people into doing the right thing, especially when it involves protecting children and punishing bad guys. And he has grown an audience that is drawn specifically to that mission, which is protecting children and punishing bad guys. Maybe also a bit of the awesome artistic filmmaking and some sexy, sultry voice. On top of this, a lot of the people that watch his videos, or a lot of the people that comment and feel the need to speak publicly in his comment sections, they share that they have faced a lot of the same trauma his videos claim to call attention to. So it's a very close reference for a lot of people that are seeking justice for the things that
So, in other words, his target demographic are inherently vulnerable people.
he's covering as well.
More on that later.
It's just a big sort of family. There are a lot of people who are able to exercise parts of their brain that they normally aren't in regard to their trauma by watching Max's videos. It seems like that way. Also, a massive element of his content is just calling to attention
We do need to finish the Shapiro Destiny video.
the fact that many predatory individuals get away with little or
I'm thinking we'll probably do that tomorrow.
no consequences for their behavior, which
Although, I don't know. What do you think, Chad? I still gotta know. If you think that video is just boring, like, we can let it go.
absolutely demonstrably
Because the first half, at least, of that debate was really boring.
This series was my stand against the proliferation and normalization of pedophilia on the internet.
that is 100. There's a community of people who literally wave a flag that they are proud of, that they're free. The map community. Oh, Oompaville, I'm so upset with you for not thinking the map community. No, I don't really like the map community all that much, to be honest. Or anyone who just defends in general. I don't really care all that much. And also the fact that Anders Breivik, the bro from Norway, is still alive makes my skin want to, my largest organ want to leave my body. And this, the lack of consequences that this man
I
points
mean, if your skin left your body, you'd just be like a skeleton with muscles.
out, is a massive potential to galvanize an audience, and in some cases, maybe even try to take justice into their own hands, a la Batman style. That's my Batman sound. That's me putting out my bat signal.
That's what Batman sounds like.
Max also has done these Discord town hall things, and in one, people asked him how to hunt predators, and he says that he is making a video to teach people
Oh yeah. There's probably other organs in there and systems. Maybe some systems still active,
how to hunt.
other than the integumentary system.
Same part, he says that not everything that he does is legal.
For those of you who want to hunt, I'll make a video in the future telling you what to do. But yeah, as for right now, just wait for that video, because it is dangerous.
The SpongeBob training guy, or the
work.
the training video, yeah.
A lot of shit that I do might not be considered legal in every country, including our own country.
And while this isn't explicitly telling his audience to break the law, if he admits that he's doing illegal things for his investigations and they look up to him, there's going to be a fringe of people that equate that with it being okay, and him sort of, purveying that message that it is fine to break the law, but only when you're putting predators away. And I'm not going to sit here and say that that's bad, but at the same time,
Yeah.
we're not talking about me right now. I mean, yeah, you just can't say you're doing illegal things online. It's not a good idea, especially when you're doing things that are within the legal system, like getting people arrested for committing crimes. If you're breaking the law doing that, it's kind of defeats the point a little bit in the modern day justice system. Let's fight the medieval fiefdom, you dumb bastards. He tries to avoid a bit of accountability by saying that everything he says is
Oh my god.
and he's just playing a character.
Love how I
It's all
can't.
fictional. It doesn't matter anyway. Everything's fictional, guys. Everything I say, I'm
Everything
playing a
is
character.
fictional.
So it doesn't matter. Anything I say right now can't be.
This is like Minecraft logic.
Which I really
In
like doing
Minecraft.
that, and I'm going to start saying that to you guys. Everything I say is not real. I'm just playing a character. Looks at camera and says slur. Now, this Discord town hall is from 2 years ago, but even last year in a video, he talked about how he started his own underground crime fighting organization.
You're a brain inside a bone mech wearing a muscle suit.
This video is censored for YouTube, so it covers up what he really says, which I assume is something along the lines of hunters, but I don't really want to sub to the Patreon for the uncensored version. He's also just literally always RPing that he's in Hotline Miami. It's weird as I've got to.
Oh, is that the chicken thing?
Got to get involved.
Or the voice?
Constant back and forth of having to get involved. And with these claims, he's always dressed up like a Hotline Miami character, which is ironic because I think he's completely misinterpreted the entire story of Hotline Miami. This Reddit comment, for example, explains it best. Using violence for any reason, but especially to further a cause you deem is morally good, regardless of what it is, only leads to your own destruction. Only one character, one of the ones with the least screen time in the series, killed out of patriotism. All the others were doing it for other reasons, such as being forced into killing or wanting to protect or avenge their loved ones. All of them shared the same fate.
So wait, this is like I never played this.
It's the Patriot game, my friends. Also, throughout the whole game, you're breaking the fourth wall, thinking whether or not it's really worth the violence. Because in the end, you're ironically putting yourself at the same fate and making decisions that lead to your own undoing. It's like a cute thing, but I think he's kind of missed the point. He also references to hitmen and that they give him discounts, which is wild. Duh, I forgot to put the D there.
And everything I'm about to say is, of course, fictional. Depends who they are. If they're a hitman, they'll basically like offer services for like very expensive prices.
Oh, that's fun.
But they give me a discount since it's files.
Let Sheriff Richard Jones know we do not appreciate them. In the event that they do not make an adequate response, there really is no other option. Is there, children?
There really is not other options. Is there, children? Another direct reference to Hotline Miami. I mean, this is we're in real life. This is the thing. This is YouTube. It's real life. You can't, a lot of these things are illegal. A lot of this is illegal. Is it all fake? Like, are you just pretending to be really cool? Are there no, like, you're blurring, there's a bit of a blur of the lines as to what's real and what's not real, and I don't know what the is going on. It's a constant reference to a game about getting shit done, which is kind of ironic because he doesn't really seem to do a lot himself to stop files. Like, his track record is not really that effective. Or at least we don't know really what's real and what's not. He always calls up his goons, saying that he has a crazy audience of hitmen or insane people that will get shit done for him. This is him like weaponizing his audience. And this is not the only time or way that he's done it. It's bizarre. Here's another example of him doing this. And that is a call to action, but without explicitly saying such.
Who will decidedly grant these predators the most
delightful dreams
they could never even fathom?
He shows an email of a bounty with a screenshot of gloves, a mask, and a knife, and then asks, who will decidedly grant these predators the most delightful dreams? It's so cringe. I'm glad I don't have to pretend like it's not cringe anymore.
Here's what I'm starting to think, though. It feels like with the amount of shit that literally comes from Hotline Miami, I'm wondering what video games / comic book / anime series / movies the rest of this stuff is from, right? I feel like this is all just like...
It's odd. It's odd. It's the whole thing is it's real odd. And it's cool because I hate files, right? Back in 2021, I made my video. We had him on the podcast and stuff. And even up until this recently, when he reached out to me on Discord for his fucking Camden Gerard Davis thing, and he started just going off the deep end. Before this,
is he grabbing from Death Note?
I was like, yeah, this guy's chill. You know, he's doing a great job and he's hunting files. Didn't do any research at all, to be honest. Just kind of took him at his word, because if you do any research, if you try to disprove that someone's hunting files, what does that say about you? And now there's just like...
Yeah, like Saw, yeah. The voice.
Insane shit. So it's kind of makes more sense to dig into it. This leads us into the main point of my entire video, which I believe
like, what's funny is that it's like, as art, it's crap, right? Because like the one way that this thing might make sense would be as art if this was an ARG. I mean, it's a pretty, you know, sick, like, subject material, but it's not. These are real people, like, right? These are the, you know, victims, like, I don't know, for all we know, the victims are real. Some of the, you know, predators he's gone after in the past were real, but what's not real is like him saying that he gets justice for people, because he's not. He just like LARPs like some kind of hard ass that's like hiring hitmen and doing like, you know, shady underworld shit to take care of the, like, it's like he's literally Batman. He's literally Batman. Oh, that's right. There's a new stream. Did I forget to mention that, just like BCatK says, everyone should probably hit that like button. That like does more than you think. Of course, you know, I appreciate every kind of support, whether it is memberships, whether it is there is super chats, super stickers, subbing on Twitch, bits on Twitch, or even signing up for the Patreon. But one thing that some people don't know that they can do for free if they don't have the ability to support me in any way financially is hit that like button, because it's actually more powerful than you think.
Blind devotion from his viewers and how much just smoke was being blown up this guy's ass. it got to his head, and he recently let it.
This happens to people, not even necessarily like at a really high level of content creation in terms of numbers, right? I've seen, you know, very little social clout absolutely go to people's heads where they think that they are God's gift to their platform, and start to act in accordingly, start to expect things from people. And then when those people aren't forthcoming with what they expect, they kind of spiral, right? It's not a good thing to see. Light Yagami tries to get Kira's followers to be okay with the deaths, and some people even start to act as if they were. Oh yeah, Kira develops like a whole cult fandom.
Delusional he has become when in
I haven't seen that in forever.
October 2023, he uploaded a video titled "Brainwash Your Favorite Influencers." In this video, he calls for his audience to essentially spam large creators, to call for them to cover stories saying that it's a test of their character. So if they don't do it, they're bad people because they're preventing files, or they're not preventing.
Yeah, we gotta brainwash we gotta brainwash the content creators. Should be easy.
You know, saying nothing is still saying something. Shut up. Ever heard of a mugwump? He calls out a few creators, specifically himself.
I have, but it was like in a like Cronenberg movie.
In the video, not waiting for his audience to chase down their targets. PewDiePie, he calls out. He also uses the fact
his name is Mugwump.
That PewDiePie is newly a father as a detail to try and guilt him into covering his story about files. Lex Friedman, the podcast guy. Jimothy Breast. Joe Rogan. Bro's just clout chasing, trying to get on JRE like CoffeeZilla. And by the way, in this video, he also calls out a predator. What kind of predator, you might ask? A pedophilic werewolf god who allegedly lured a 16-year-old girl named Shelby
Camden Gerard Davis
Spencer Slayton to join his supernatural sex cult as a vampire.
On March 18th, 2016, Spencer, a 16-year-old girl from Wiley, Texas, mysteriously disappeared, lured by the illusion of joining a supernatural family as a vampire on some random corner of the internet.
That's right. That is correct. That is 100% true in the video. That's
yeah, I think we watched a CoffeeZilla video about, was it like an NFT scam that content creators were doing?
what happened. He gives the full name of this individual, Camden Gerard Davis, and shows this supposed vampire werewolf deity who looks just like some random guy you'd see in a cringe compilation. He looks like an 11-year-old boy. He looks like harmless. Completely. Who would follow this guy? And, you know, you make such a big claim, you call out all these creators saying in part that they're, you know, not doing, they're doing a disservice to the world by not covering files. You have to cover files. You're not just an entertainer. You are a virtuous mouthpiece of what is right. You are a moral arbiter. You are an arm of God directly when you are a YouTuber. Not only are you just a random guy, you're also a massive vessel of what is right when you start making YouTube videos. Or that's not what I thought you were supposed to be. That's what Mama Max thinks he is and what all these people should be. What evidence does he provide to prove the insanely serious allegation and doxing against this individual? Well, outside of a
Shakespeare is saying that this is Death Note logic.
personal testimony from Spencer, nothing at all.
This video is for Seema Davis. I would like to extend my most heartfelt apology that this is how you have to find all of this out. But the fact of the matter is, your son, Camden Gerard Davis, has been victimizing hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of minors.
Spencer records a video in which she calls out Camden's mother, saying that her son is a predator victimizing hundreds upon hundreds of children, including her, and abusing her in multiple ways, and at one point allegedly trying to kill her.
By March of 2016,
But I mean, like, on some level, this is like QAnon logic, isn't it? Like the idea that there's no even attempt to go to the authorities with this. It's everything about, like, you know, let's expose his name, let's expose his information, let's make calls to action that, you know, are pretty clearly calls to violence. Let's talk about, like, you know, hitmen giving a discount. I don't know. And let's talk to this guy's mom. Let's see what his mom has to say. What do you think about your son's weird vampire werewolf sex cult, internet sex cult. Yeah, what do you have to say about that, Mom?
He convinced me and lured me over state lines. I ran away. When I did make it to Atlanta on the bus, Camden got an Uber, came and picked me up, and brought me back to your house in Lilburn, Georgia.
Okay, so that's where the compound is, at his mom's house. That's the vampire werewolf god compound, the sex.
He mentally abused me, physically abused me, sexually abused me.
This is the logic of neoliberalism, where the state is cannibalized, private property is deified. It means that vigilante justice becomes justified through lack of institutions to handle anything but the defense of private property.
And at even one point tried to kill me.
So there is no evidence of this aside from one testimony from one person. And this person, by the way, has a relationship with Mama Max. Now, by God, if that's not a conflict of interest for doing the right thing.
Wait, that person who was a victim of Camden Gerard Davis is now in a relationship, am I getting this correct, with Mama Max?
And actually bringing justice to evil people, I don't know what the fuck is. I'm just calling it how I see it. I'm trying to stay real with y'all. We'll get into that though. All right, we'll get into that. Also, that needs to be fact checked. That's just what I've been seeing lately. I don't know if that's 100% true. Now let's talk about the lying and fraud perpetrated by Mama Max. Mammy Max's content relies on the attachment of the viewer to the topics that he covers and the people that he covers, the PDF.
Yeah, so in general, YouTube, when it works, right, when channels are popular, it's because the content creator is producing a emotional response, triggering an emotional response from the audience, right? It's resonating in a way. And to be honest with you, most people utilizing the algorithm go for the easiest emotion to generate, which is hate, right? You could, also potentially, do it with fear. In other words, it seems to be easier for people to make content that triggers a negative emotional response than it is to make content which triggers a positive emotional response. A more mature view of it might be that you just want to resonate with your audience, either way. But I mean, you can see the level on which he's resonating in terms of his audience being made up of largely victims of, real life predators, real life abuse, and presenting himself as not just a safe space for these people, but a kind of superhero that is the only one capable of serving justice for all these,
that he covers. It turns out that almost all of these are fabricated stories.
This is why the left is a laughingstock. Vampires and werewolves are children's fairy tales.
By his own admission. In a video from 2 months ago, he admits that the narratives in his videos are crafted in fiction.
I mean, I don't know about vampires or werewolves. They're not that. It's not that outlandish that somebody might be sucking blood somewhere. Somebody might be turning to a wolf on the full moon. What I think is really wild, though, is that the left believes in weasel, right? They don't realize that weasels are mythical creatures that don't actually exist except for in fairy tales.
But then claims that the predators are real, and so is his pursuit of them. What the f does that mean, bro?
While the narratives were crafted in fiction.
Yeah, that's right. On postmodern neo-Marxist fairy tales.
Predator and the pursuit was very much a reality.
The narratives were crafted in fiction. What are you talking about? You just lost me. You just fucking lost me. You're an idiot. What are you it's crafted in fiction? But what are you doing? Why not just be like Alex Rosen or the other guys, Chet Goldstein, and that guy who fucking plays him in fucking Mortal Kombat? Why not just actually go confront them and make content that way? Why would you need to fake a story if there's a real predator in question? Especially if you're trying to seek justice and expose a predator, you're doing an absolute unjustifiable disservice to real victimized people of predators by fabricating a story just to sensationalize it for a YouTube video. He's doing this Hollywood thing of taking real situations.
I mean, Aegon, I knew what you were saying.
Changing it for a good viewer experience instead of accurately reporting the facts of a situation. Bold. One incredibly mind-boggling example of this is in relation to an underage girl who was supposedly R-worded
All right.
and then K-worded in his IMVU video. Casey,
Oh, God.
Casey is the girl, and here is a clip of him talking about the ultimate fate of Casey.
A girl named KC157434 can be found near the very bottom of his friends list, meaning it was one of his first victims on IMVU. She only has one follower, and she only follows one person.
Oh my God, it's her. It's him.
Solitary,
K-worded means unalived.
isolated, and quiet. His exact methodology.
What is this, IVU?
He also claims that upon reverse image searching Casey's profile picture, he found a YouTube channel. Then he got one of his hackers to access the account and find unlisted videos.
She doesn't respond to any of my messages, but through an image search, we found a YouTube channel with a possible connection.
IMVU?
Simply named Casey, created back in 17.
Is it like a
Videos, or rather, zero public
like a metaverse thing?
videos. After a bit of ingenuity, one of
People who claim to have hackers are always full of shit. Let's hope.
hackers managed to extract some unlisted uploads from the channel, but out of respect for her privacy and safety, I will not show them. Except for
Wait, he wants to do his own. Oh, sorry. It's chat.
the last one,
It's chat talking to chat.
November 16th, 2020.
One of the videos is called "This is Where You Are Worded and Killed Me." He then said that she's dead and is showing
Christy says, I refuse to get hypnotized by the voice. I refuse to get hypnotized by the
a
voice.
clip from what is allegedly her YouTube saying that she was R-worded and killed. But then, when asked about this in the Discord town hall we talked about earlier, he says that she's fine.
I can't talk too
Unfortunately.
much about KC.
He literally shows like what's supposed to be a grave site, some kind of like bloody like fabric, right? And implies that this is the like I don't know remains or the place where she was. But she's fine.
I don't know what I can and can't say. I will tell you that yes, she's okay. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, thank God. I didn't even know that. Holy shit. That's something I wanted to actually jump in VC with you about at some point.
Yes, but
Thank God.
What the f is going on right now? This is so confusing. So now we know he's just calling out YouTubers to cover these situations. And we also know that he's just quite literally making
Hagon says she died but got better in time. Yeah, sometimes you undie, I guess. When you're an immortal vampire werewolf. Oh my God, Camden must be really a werewolf. God, that's it.
You think you will come back here?
Oh no. Chat, you know we've got more of the radioactive divers too.
shit up and wants all these YouTubers to just blindly follow him and cover a story that he provides zero actionable evidence, and during the time he shows Camden's face and just doxes the guy, and then like there's no and then he wants everyone to just go fucking delve deep. It makes no sense. I'm very confused. In the part where he shows Camden's face, there are sections of the video with text that just pop up so briefly you have to slowly scan the video to even read them. He says that several tactics that Camden used may allow him to avoid accountability. He claims that Camden will use anonymous accounts to spread rumors or misinformation about his victims or even Max and those who are affiliated with the filmmaking. These are not films. He may try to engage media sources to spin the narrative in his favor. So is that what's
We're
happening
going
right
to
now?
Chernobyl.
Did Camden Gerard Davis contact me and am I a puppet? Do I have this 11-year-old boy getting me to say this and Mudahar and all these other people? No, I don't think so. But it's also literally what you're doing to him, who you provided zero actual real evidence of.
So yeah, like I said, Mudahar refers to some ordinary gamer. This is somebody who I guess had talked to Mama Max, maybe for a certain amount of time supported Mama Max until he realized that there was just no there was no credibility to be given, and has put out a video about Mama Max, exposing the lies and deceptions of Mama Max.
Being a predator, so
You may attempt to engage drama-oriented media sources, leveraging their platform to spin a narrative in his favor.
bro, you can't even find anything about this fucking guy that you can.
But watch out, like, about talking to him, because he's gonna use your platform as his to spin a narrative to his favor, and you don't want that happening, right?
Google him all you.
So in other words, listen to me, let me tell you who this guy is. Don't like actually do any research yourself. Don't try to find out. Like, you know, like, right, there's no proof here, and you know, there's all kinds of allegations.
There's no one named Camden Gerard Davis. There's no information about this at all, aside from this one image, and that's it.
He has a history of spreading disinformation to deflect from allegations
Wait, this has got what was the dude's West Elm Caleb? Does anybody remember West Elm Caleb?
against him.
Max, you also have a history of.
Although maybe they actually found West End Caleb, right? West End Caleb was this guy, like, of legends from a dating app that apparently kept on, like, meeting women on the dating app and then ghosting them. And the people that he did this to got together and supposedly found the guy, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they found the guy.
Disinformation, and you admitted to it. You admitted to just crafting works of fiction for content and sensationalizing this whole thing and exploiting actual real victims of these situations, in my opinion. Max also says that Camden may use legal threats to suppress the story and silence victims.
But don't worry if he tries to sue you. You just gotta go through that, right? You gotta power through those legal threats, right? That might actually be valid in this case, because when you're making claims about somebody or that you can't prove, you might actually end up running into some sort of defamation lawsuit.
Yeah, maybe because you're just fucking defaming him and saying shit that you have no proof of or evidence of, and also admitting that you're lying about all kinds of other shit. That's like what defamation is. That's why people get sued over way less. This is perfect grounds to use legal threats to suppress, in my opinion. Holy shit. And this is the second largest problem of this whole thing. Max reached out to me a couple weeks ago and made me sign a Discord NDA, which does not stand up in court at all, by the way. It's not a valid NDA. You can't just say, you agree.
He made you sign it?
And you say yes, and that's an NDA. That's not how NDAs work. NDAs are very difficult to enforce anyways. An actual real one crafted by a lawyer, not someone who...
Wait, he signed one with Mama Max? What?
crafts false narratives on YouTube. He wanted me to cover this and give him feedback, and I was like, bro, there's no evidence of this guy. I can't even. It feels like an ARG. This feels.
It does.
Like I don't know. I want to help. Obviously, I don't want people to be hurt, and I don't want victims to be victimized even further. But there's nothing to stand on here. There's nothing to stand on, and it's just like
a Discord NDA. So in other words, he was like on Discord with this guy and talked to him and be like, all right, like, I'll give you this information, but you got to sign it. You got to verbally agree to this NDA, right? And like, you know, he like reads it off to him. I promise never to blah, 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 disclose blah, 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 blah. Right. And he's like, cool. So since I got that recorded, since I got you accepting the NDA on Discord, I guess you can't break it. Off topic. Your neighbor is pesting. Oh my God. That's annoying. I mean, that's beyond annoying. You can't verbally agree to an NDA if it's not enforceable in the country that the person is in. Yeah, and exactly what he was saying. You have to have a lawyer. You have to write it the right way. And even then, sometimes NDAs don't actually hold up. A lot of the work that NDAs do, even if they're like legitimately signed, you know, it says on, you know, a piece of paper saying non-disclosure agreement that a lawyer's drawn up. It's the biggest function of it is to make you think that you can't violate it, right? It depends. It probably depends on like the law where you are and, you know, how it's written and et cetera, et cetera. But, a big part of it is just convincing people that they are bound to not disclose.
And there's no evidence, and you're calling out fucking Charlie, which we'll get into that too. So yeah, of course the guy's gonna use legal threats because you're just doing illegal shit.
According to multiple sources, he is implicated in criminal activities affecting minors.
What does that mean? Show us the sources. Show us the alleged victims, bro.
This individual could potentially use his charisma and persuasive tactics to turn the public against this video and its creators.
What? What does
So
that mean?
in case of what, you getting into trouble in social media and more people like feeling like maybe you're defaming this guy than feeling like he's a danger, in case of that, refer to this idea that he's got like super charisma. What a weird thing, chat. And I feel like I've heard this before. I can't remember exactly where, but I feel like there was like a certain content creator that was supposed to have super charisma to you know, make people do whatever she fucking wanted to collect files on people, chat. I don't remember where I heard this, but
Dude, it's like the ultimate cop-out. Bro's playing 4D he doesn't even exist, for one. This guy's not even real. And
wait, really?
4D chess with us.
Okay, I thought he was real. I thought they're really like, they better hope he doesn't exist. They better hope that whoever that is in that picture is not named Camden Gerard Davis, because then if that guy's real, he could sue them. I mean, maybe it is an ARG. What do you think?
By the way, I don't know if he's not real. I shouldn't say that.
Oh, okay. So we don't know. We don't know.
Wild. No one's getting me to make this video. This is just ridiculous. Then he says this fucking thing.
There's a possibility.
No, it's the deep state. But what's his name? Like Hillary Clinton, Tom Hanks, and oh my God, what's that guy's name that they blamed all the Pizzagate stuff on?
They will use social media and other platforms to discredit us for making counterclaims to confuse the public.
What does that mean? You're just saying, you're just providing a cop-out for everything you're doing. Finally, we get back to speaking, and Max gives a subtle
Yeah, just in case this shit goes sideways on me and nobody believes me, understand that if that happens, it's because of his charisma, right? It wasn't the internet that listened to what I said and didn't believe me. It was the charisma of the vampire werewolf god, Camden Gerard Davis, that caused them to turn against me. Podesta, yeah, it's Podesta's making him do this.
warning to Camden saying, Leviathans are coming for you.
The Leviathans!
Camden Gerard Davis. Leviathans are coming for you.
I don't know if that's some...
And okay, so I feel like I've heard other people, I don't know if they're going to get to this, I feel like I've heard other people analyze this and say that, you know, although some of the people, you know, involved were supposedly underage at the time, the Camden Gerard Davis is like 18 or 19 himself. So it's an issue of like, technically, yeah, that's like a minor, and you know, that's somebody that's over 18, but it's not, I don't even know. And I didn't even like think of this twist of like, this guy might not even be named Camden Gerard Davis. Like, it's just a picture of a dude with vampire teeth.
Name or something, the Leviathans or something. By his channel, by the way, a couple months
He's confusing Leviathan and Legion. Oh my God.
ago was named God Cult, which is a really odd name to have your YouTube channel, and
This is an ARG.
craft false narratives and stuff and do illegal it's kind of weird. The whole thing's like coming together in this really strange way. To be extra clear, I don't want to discredit any trauma that real victims may have, even the people who allegedly suffered at
Yeah,
the hands
here's
of-
the biggest thing, okay? We do not know, all right, about any of this stuff. None of this stuff is substantiated. Like, these could be real victims. This could be a real predator. But even if it is, Mama Max is not helping solve the situation. He's actually, you know, giving, like they were saying, like giving these predators an out, giving them an excuse, giving them a way to present themselves as victims, right? Even if they are.
of Camden.
It really is a picture of a guy with vampire teeth. What a world. You know, my favorite vampire teeth, did you ever get these? Okay, there's like the wax vampire teeth. Did you ever get these? They're like wax vampire teeth that you get for Halloween, but somehow they're candy. From my time at the University of Toronto, a harlot around every corner, their womanhood on full display for every man to see. Should you as much as glance in their direction, There goes your career. That's right, Jordan. This is just like QAnon and other conspiracy stuff where they make it hard to actually... Yeah, that's the thing about QAnon, right? They commandeered hashtags like Save the Children. Save the Children originally was a hashtag like bringing awareness to like, real, child trafficking and stuff like that. And the fact that that hashtag is now riddled with QAnon stuff made it really hard for them to work. Yeah, it absolutely vaguely remember those wax teeth. Now, am I remembering this correctly? Because I think you can eat them. I think they're candy, but I might have just been a silly kid that got wax teeth that you're not supposed to eat and you're just supposed to put in your mouth to act like a vampire, and maybe I ate this stuff. Was this candy? I don't remember. Or actually, I don't know.
There's a lot to be said. There's supposedly hundreds upon hundreds of victims. You'd think there'd be something, some kind of article or something to show viewers that you wouldn't have to rely completely on blind faith that you are telling the truth. You wouldn't have to rely on this cult level of just influence and entitlement. I don't even know what's going on. Allowing people to see for themselves a problem is the way to do it, not by having to coerce them into joining a god cult. Max then tries to direct people to Spencer.
If it's for kids and it goes in your mouth, it's definitely at least not toxic. Yeah, but like I feel like I was eating it expecting it to kind of taste good or to be like sweet or like there was some candy there, and I just remember it tasting really like it's like somebody told me to eat it. Maybe an older kid told me to eat it, and they were like, "Oh, this is candy." I don't even know. Teeth were like flavored wax. Are you supposed to eat them though? Did I get tricked into eating those things? I feel like it just tasted like wax. Anyone who disagrees with me is the devil. True.
New YouTube channel where she's trying to build a platform with her new podcast. Scanned through the podcast, couldn't find anything or evidence or anything special in regard to her history with Camden. So again, blind faith is required. Maybe there's another video on the channel that shows, her going into more depth. Nope. There's a 10-hour video of Mama Max dancing for 10 hours. It's pretty sweet. So at this point, we have Mama Max lying about the authenticity of his videos, or just crafting false narratives, not necessarily lying, completely fabricating elements of videos, and then calling for his audience to seek justice where the law won't. So
you've gotten candy ears before, and they were weird. Were they like waxy?
The way, in regard to
I remember plastic teeth. Yeah, the plastic teeth, but that was for a costume. Like if you were dressing up as a vampire, you'd get plastic teeth. And they're hard to keep in because they don't like go all the way back to, I don't know, they're weird. They're weirdly shaped or whatever, right? It's hard to have them in your mouth. It's hard to talk with them. But then there was the wax ones. Wait, or like maybe there was like wax lips. Yeah, I feel like it was like wax and you bite down on it and it's like this big lips and they got vampire teeth on top of them, right? And so the idea is that you put them on your face and it looks like you got big lips and vampire teeth, right? But you're just chomping down on it right here. And then I think like I ate them. I still don't know if I was supposed to eat them. Haman is the villain of the story in the book of Esther. Yeah, like candy lips, but with well, I mean, I guess you could get like just ones that are just like big smoochum lips, but I think I remember on Halloween getting like vampire version of that. I don't even know. It was like at school. So I was just kind of like, when you're a kid, when you're at home, like your parents will, tell you like, don't eat that. That's not food. Don't eat that. Right. But when you're at school, you're just kind of like, here's some thing to put in your mouth. And I'm like, I don't know. It feels like I could eat it. It's kind of waxy. Should I eat? Am I supposed to eat this? Is this for me to eat?
Stories that are made up. And then also begging creators like myself and critical.
Like I got no guidance at school, chat. I can remember like somehow going to lunch, getting extra milk, like with a quarter. And then like bringing the milk carton back to the classroom and setting it on the desk, and like the teacher not doing anything about the fact that milk spoils. And I was like keeping milk for the next day, which you know what I mean? There was like no guidance. There was no like, hey, actually, you need to drink your milk today. And if you can't drink your milk today, we need to throw it away or put it in the refrigerator or something, like, right? Because that's not, you're gonna make cheese
and fucking the needle drop guy
or mold.
That bald fella to report on these stories without vetting them first and then calling them out whenever they don't do that. Bro is fucking delusional. He even says that.
Am I Gen X?
It seems the lines between the fictional portrayal and the underlying truth became blurred for some.
Yeah, we didn't blur the lines.
No, I think they just wanted us to drink absurd amounts of milk because it's good for your bones.
Us, the people who are watching your videos and the people who are not being told the actual truth by you, the person who we've come for coverage of these stories in a serious way. Yeah, we didn't blur the lines. You blurred the lines. You're changing details of cases because you want to make a film and not actually catch a predator.
Yeah, I remember them always being like, "Do you want to take an extra milk? Are you sure? You want some more milk?" And it's like kind of like, look, like one carton of milk is like probably enough to drink for a meal.
To appear cool.
They're like, "You sure you don't want like 2 or 3 of those though?"
You want more cult members, and you want to be able to galvanize people. And weaponize your audience instead of actually catching predators like Alex Rosen, Chet Goldstein. I don't fucking know the other guys. I forget their names. I know Alex Rosen though. That dude's fucking huge. He's gigantic, like physically very large. Potential that he's never even caught a predator. By the way, pretty insane for a predator catching.
Wait, I thought it was confirmed that he's never caught a predator.
Portray the events of the stories that he's covered to show these terrible situations and their authenticity. Well, he says maybe. But the world isn't ready for it because it's so provocative.
Perhaps in the future, the time will be right to revisit these stories, but for now, it's apparent.
So that's his excuse that there's no proof, is that like you can't handle the truth?
That society may not be prepared.
Society's not ready for the truth. Wait, I thought we had to get this. The guy's dangerous. We got to take him down. What are you talking about?
For such provocative content.
This is the kind of stuff I feel like I would find if I went on the deep web.
He made another video about a month ago, and this is right before he started messaging me on Discord. He was upset with all the coverage of the Sniper Wolf situation instead of the situations that he was trying to report on.
Oh, I remember this.
Attention to. By the way,
this is where he first came to a lot of people's attention.
Not real situations, false narratives.
Let's take a moment to step back from the online spectacle and face the harrowing truth.
This is so weird. He's like, because there's a good point here in that the algorithm prioritizes, content like viral stuff like Sniper Wolf or XQC doing the worm or something, like, right, all this meaningless stuff. And meanwhile, there's real stuff going out in the real world. Oh no, but instead we're gonna talk about vampires and werewolves. That's his complaint. The internet should be prioritizing vampires and werewolves, and
human trafficking and destructive cults are not just issues in distant lands.
Not like we need a ceasefire now. No, werewolves and vampires. Gerard. Wait, I wanted to say Gerard Way. It's not Gerard Way. Camden Gerard. What's his last name? Davis?
In this video, though, he does provide us with a few extra screenshots, as if he's providing...
People are saying he looks like Charles Manson, I guess? Maybe like a young Charles Manson? Was Charles Manson ever young? Hello, Canadian Brunch. Good to see you. Yeah, no, werewolves and vampires. That's what's important.
Evidence of Camden's atrocities. But what exactly does he show in this video? A Snapchat profile with no messages. Also, a Instagram profile that is private. And
I mean, that is pretty creepy. Fatherly gentleman, what the fuck is that?
Again, in this video, he's incredibly frustrated with how online gossip is getting more coverage than his situations that he's...
Oh my god, I can't believe that people want to talk about Colleen Ballinger's ukulele song and not my vampires and werewolves.
Covering, and he calls out Moist Critical, aka Charlie White, specifically for covering Sniper Wolf and not this thing.
Unfortunately, your silence has left me with no choice but to...
I feel like this guy is captivating, though. Like, something about the fact that you can't see his mouth because of the mic here, and that you're seeing the ring light. I don't know, somehow the ring lights, right?
To more public forms of communication. This in of itself.
Wait, what's he pointing at? I feel like he's pointing at his crotch. Why would you do that?
Is symptomatic.
That's how you signify this itself? Really? That's how you signify? Because I feel like I've seen people go like this and they're signifying something very specific, right?
Of a larger problem. This lack of dialogue.
This lack of dialogue. Why is all of his...
It has far...
Why are all of his hand gestures like kind of, I don't know, grabby, like offensive, like what the fuck is up with this guy?
Reaching consequences.
He calls them out, but in a screenshot of a message that he sent to Charlie, he says that he has no expectation of Charlie to cover the story, which is...
Charlie, your immediate attention could very well be life-saving. Charlie, the subject matter we're discussing is incredibly important.
Where did the Yoda voice come from?
Again, coverage from you is not expected.
Anyway, if you're gonna do Yoda, you gotta invert the grammar or something. I don't know.
Your influence is significant and it carries a weight that could contribute greatly to the welfare of many children. There's no obligation for you to cover the subject. Charlie, we're determined to be heard. I hope you will not let us down.
Boom, Charlie lets him down. It's just another blatant lie. He says he doesn't care whether or not he chooses to cover it, but if he doesn't, he's gonna put him on blast for ignoring the situation and then like fake cancel him or some shit. He used that as like a marketing scheme. First off,
I gotta pee again.
I mean, that's a bad idea.
Chat, I don't usually have to pee this much.
I've had a lot of really fucking bad ideas.
I think it's because I'm extremely hydrated / caffeinated. Oh, speaking of which, do I have more void coffee? It's a little late for this shit, but...
What a manipulative...
Oh, yes, I do.
To further the point of him just being manipulative, he shows another screenshot of a message which he supposedly sent to other creators, trying to get them in on his little defamation scheme. He doesn't want creators to use their platform in harmful ways. I guess I use my platform in a harmful way. Because I don't cover this shit and now I'm negatively covering it. He also says that he cleared his original video trying to guilt trip YouTubers like Jimothy Beast and PewDiePie into covering it with cult experts. He cleared it with cult experts.
You gotta clear it with cult experts first, yeah.
But once again, provides no exchanges with these experts. By the way, though, if you're critical of his video, you're a narcissist, a sociopath, or a psychopath, just diminishing any form of criticism, and also a defender of files. You can't say anything negative. This is like classic just fucking internet brain rot here distilled.
Do I need a cat chat? Do you want to talk to Zara for a second? I bet Zara has some thoughts on this Mama Max controversy because I feel like she's been covering it a little closer than I have. I am too much, and right now my bladder is too much. If you've got the ability, Zara, I know that you have a life as well, so I'm not expecting you to necessarily be available for a cat chat, but I think the chat would like to talk to a cat. I think chat, do we like to talk to Zara? I feel like we like to talk to Zara here.
Hello?
Hello, Zara.
Hello.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Zara. I gotta go pee. Sorry. I turned into a character from...
You do that so good though. Like,
turned into Lola for a second. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, I'll be on Big Mouth someday, Chad. I'll be the next hormone monstrous. Anyway, Zara, how's your night been going so far?
It's been good, mostly. I mean, we've been on a wild ride.
We have. A deep dive into toxic nuclear leaks, right? There was no lie. Where's the lie, right? And you haven't even gotten to the bottom of it. You think that I was talking about the Ukraine video? You think I was talking about the Lady Emily situation? You think I was talking about Mama Max? You think that's what
I think there's so many leaks.
There might be more leaks, is what I'm saying, is when you get to the bottom of the rabbit hole, like there might be something there that you don't even suspect from somebody you never would have thought. But anyway, like I said, I've got to pee.
Well, you go pee.
Yes.
It's Statler and Waldorf are the...
Oh, yes, they are. I always forget their names.
The grumpy old curmudgeons. Statler and Waldorf. That's Hi, Shucks PA. Everybody's so nice. Oh my god. Um, submarining right through the radioactive vortex. Exactly. Let's go. Respectfully, I just want to honor the man's name. Aw. Grimes vibe. What's the Grimes vibe? Is it the NCC did nothing wrong? Is that apologies, I'm dictating my messages for my daughter to type. Spelling isn't a priority for her generation. Oh my god. Yes, thank you. My high brain was blank. That's a normal and totally understandable thing. I love Irene, but I had the stream on mute because I'm watching TV with my partner and reading chat. Well, it's too bad. I guess you can't hear me now. Um, oh, you still heard me? How did you know it was me with the mute on? Like, how could you tell, Moanep? Does she know how disgustingly violent sexual... What? No, I don't think she knows about the terrible things that Max has done so far. She's just getting acquainted with how deep this rabbit hole goes. Read me a bedtime story, Zira. Oh, well, I can't do it on stream. I heard you say something about pee break. Yeah, Irene's taking a short pee break right now. And then I saw chat saying, oh my god, you picked up all the clues. We chat GP Terson. That's hilarious, Wumpelstiltskin. Nice to have our chat cat. Yeah. Every cat should have a chat, and every chat should have a cat. I would really love to do like some bedtime stories or something like that. Maybe I do not provide consent for my comments to be publicized. I'm pretty sure that works just like NDAs do, right? So for me, maybe I should start doing that thing where like people ask you to read them something specific and they just write whatever it is they want you to read, and then you make a thing that then you send it to them, and then they have the thing that you said in your voice. So like if I did that, that could be really fun. NCC could get like she could get some really weird like Zira quotes for the soundboard. Um like a little voice cameo. Oh my god, yeah. I would do a voice cameo. Um Gotta do Kermit voice for ChatGPT Tierson. I don't really know if I can do like a Jordan Peterson voice. Like his voice is very Kermit. I bet NCC could do a better one than I could. Sovereign citizens are hilarious at how they misunderstand how the law works. Absolutely. Who hated on your voice? Honestly, who? It's perfume. It's so lovely. Don't you dare believe the envious haters. I would pay for a voice cameo. Lol, Jordan. Well, I mean, like, it was actually a lot of people that had some really terrible, well, yeah, terrible comments about my voice. So it's kind of a lot of people to list. I need to make some more rose water. It sounds like a good plan, and there's no better time than pee break time. By the way, any chatters out there who have run low on their drink of choice, make sure that you have something to hydrate with. Make sure that you have a snack if you're starting to feel hungry. Make sure that you are comfy if you need to stand up and you can take a nice big stretch. Make sure you get the blood flowing in your extremities and that you are giving yourself a moment. And well, I don't know if you can make rose water and the sugar cookies without missing what you're hanging out to do, then that makes a good evening. It does sound like a good plan. Christy Z, are we stretching our numb arms? How is your arm doing, Christy? Is it doing a little bit better? The tingles went away? Good. How about, as I was just thinking about refilling my coffee, chat cat on point. Aww. I love your voice. Those people suck. Thank you, BCat K. Oh, great. See, Your arm isn't numb, but you did stretch. That's fantastic work. Um, I'm very excited because I will definitely be getting another glass of water. Um, and I might even let myself stand up for a minute or two and take my eyes away from the edit screen. Um, Also, in exciting news, um, this Mama Max thing goes really deep. It's I find cats irritating and bothersome. Oh my god, that's what everyone says about me, Jordan. Whenever I hear BCatK's name read aloud, I hear BTK. Oh no. Oh no. Um, they feel the same about you, Jordan. Lamau BTK. Oh no. Oh no. So like for me, I think oh, I see you there, Buffy Geek, with that NCC did nothing wrong. You are absolutely correct. So I think it's really important to like remember that like the commentary community has like they have blood in the water when they see Max. They see someone who's lied.
Oh
They see someone who's
my god, I'm so sorry it took that long. It turned out that I was not the first one to think of using the bathroom at that moment, so
it's
I had to
okay.
wait a few
Sometimes there's a
minutes.
line for the litter box.
Sometimes there's a line. We're changing
Yeah.
up the intro music today, so chill. I went and found an hour version with lyrics. Oh, okay, and rain sounds. Yeah, that is one of my favorite songs, right? And it's from a video game, so.
I loved the music tonight. It was so amazing. I'm frazzled. Ignore me. I will not ignore you, Moanep. Moanep, you're perfect. No worries. Look at everybody in chat is so wonderful. Um I was just like creeping to like my thesis on this
Mama
Mama
Max.
Max situation where like it's much deeper than like him being irresponsible with his platform because he's truly terrible. Like if you just look at the work that he does on his channel, he is doing monetizing of some sort of vigilante, like stochastic violence. And
I don't know how that is. He's actually stayed on the platform.
very easy because he weaponizes things like racism. He weaponizes like a survivor's desire to be listened to and believed. He weaponizes like the deep voice and like toxic patriarchy and protective kind of like rhetoric, and he like holds tight to like a kind of like frightening violence but never wielded at you and always wielded on your side. Like he uses all of these combinations of like um really like strangely patriarchal and like reactionary ideas about the generic kind of dehumanized like other, which is the everyone I don't like is ontologically evil, aka people who enjoy Pedialyte, and not because like it was prescribed for them, but because they just want to be evil. Um, it's a terrible analogy to use that word, but like I know words are protected on YouTube, so don't treat it like it's some kind of. It's not a metaphor. Um, I just think it's awful that like he goes so far to
So you're
invoke
saying that like
trust
if
of,
he
like,
if there's ever a chance where the hammer is about to get dropped because there's what like are clear seem to me, let's speak in a a lawyer friendly way here. It seems to me that a lot of this stuff is well beyond the community guidelines, right? And the
correct.
fact that there's not been any sort of lasting repercussions for that in terms of his channel. Like, is this because they're afraid that coming down on this channel would be seen as them being on the sides of the Pedialyte drinkers?
I think there are a couple factors at play here, and I'm going to speak only in hypotheticals briefly about it, just for the sake of not having direct evidence for any of these
Right.
things. We do know that people who are making entertainment content, who are making like fictitious claims or alternative reality kind of content, they don't have to provide evidence. All they have to say is it's fiction. If asked behind the scenes about said claim or said falsification, like it's just a behind the scenes, like they just have to be like, no, this is actually just like fiction, you know? They don't have to disclose to you it's fiction or real or true, but those need to be fictitious characters. Now there are like AIs and like computer tools that create fictitious people, like people that don't exist that are amalgamations of different people. But then there are people who are less ethical in their creation of physical digital entities, and they would just pick someone that looks like a, you know, like they would be in a cringe compilation.
So it's like they're saying. So it's like they're saying it's fictional. They're saying this isn't real, but then winking at you that maybe it is
Right.
real, and maybe you should go look for this guy.
Maybe you should like take the law into your own hands and find this person, right? Like these are dangerously stochastic like vigilante calls to action and like insinuating violence. Even if it was just jokes, like that's harnessing vulnerable people who are, you know, like a lot of these people have been or victims, they're survivors. Like they're people who think that he's fighting the good fight and like doing good things. And it's real easy because he makes it seem like he's doing work that's helping. He lies about it. And so because of this, like unlike the big showboat like other like predator hunters on the platform, he was always presenting himself as like, I'm not like the other like predator hunters. You know, I'm better than them. They're scummy. And that's not the
That's
that's not
literally
the image
cult shit.
put on.
That's
It is.
literally cult shit. We're not like the others, right?
Right. And he's
We're
like,
like
well,
the
I
only
am here
ones
to
that
save you.
are
I'm
real about
doing
this.
what's right. I'm the only real
The
one.
cops
The
can't
rest
help
are
you. Your parents, you know, like right, like
right. And in reality, he should like if he really cared about victims, if he really cared about
it's like
supporting
post irony. Aegon's saying.
right, like there's a reason there's no logic to what he's saying. It's because in order for his thesis to come around every time the way he wants it, he has to be the only person that can do something about this.
He has to be the
Like, people
superhero.
give him
And
the
if you're getting in his
people
way, you're like, it's like getting in the way of
yeah,
Batman.
exactly. And he uses that to anyone who disagrees or criticizes him. He threatens to put them on the wrong side of what
Of
he
his
claims to be
fandom.
fighting for, which means that if you aren't supporting him the way he wants you to support him, you are obviously an antagonist against children in perilous positions.
Well, yeah, like it's just like the QAnon stuff. Like everybody that's not going along with us, everybody that doesn't believe all our wild ass shit, you know, any of the judges that are making decisions in court about the election, any of the, you know, they are all part of the deep state. You're with us or against us. If you're, yeah, it's like it is cult shit. This is like Scientology with their suppressive person, right? If you're somebody who leaves Scientology or somebody who exposes Scientology, they say that you're a suppressive person. They warn people in the religion that there's this thing called suppressive people, and they make them sound like, you know, just downright evil, right? And then, you know, there's like a series of alleged, and I am saying
We're saying
that word for a reason, okay? Alleged victims of Scientology in terms of like, you know, so they really should be called suppressed people because it sounds like Scientology a lot of times has made their lives anywhere from hard to impossible. Yeah, fair game.
Yeah.
Fair, they call it fair game. Anybody who, you know, goes in, joins and leaves, and, you know, is and can, you know, like spreads, you know, the truth a lot of times about what's going on inside the church is considered fair game.
It's very dark, and it's sad that it took so long before people were able to start breaking apart the lies and the inconsistencies. But I think because so many people believed in like the vision that he claimed, so many people were willing to believe that he was actually a good person and trying to do the right thing. And that meant that there were very few people to listen to detractors or critics, and that people weren't looking as critically.
Even the fact that you start to examine this with a critical eye indicates in this perspective that you're like a horrible person. You're standing in the way of the superhero. He's the only one who can protect us. He's the only one who's doing anything. And you know, just yeah, not believing everything that he says with no evidence is evidence that you don't care about the harm that's being done. And no doubt there is real harm being done every day to minors, right? No doubt there is.
All I can think of now that I see that you all are talking about a Baudrillard reading club is that quote from The Matrix, and I'm wishing I had a soundboard because I don't think I could do his voice justice. But it's where Morpheus is just like, "Welcome to the desert of the real," and he starts basically doing the Cliff's Notes version of like um, the Baudrillard book, Simulation Simulacrum.
Similar.
Right? Anyway,
Simulactation in my case, I guess. No, what am I talking about? Wait, I'm gonna join the nominal Naomi club there with the simulated
oh my god,
lactation.
is that?
Do you remember when people were shitting on nominal Naomi because of the fact that
I think that was really unfortunate.
I
But that was
know.
mostly Libs of TikTok that was going after her. If anything, like Libs of TikTok needs to sit down and stop posting. And I wish that, you know,
Instead, Chaya Ride is being named some kind of official in Oklahoma. I don't know if she's like moving. I thought she lived in like New York.
I think she gets to work remotely. She's establishing what is not allowed in schools.
She's the book censor, so yeah, it's important that she's able to work remotely.
Book burner. I find it very like disappointing that with this Mama Max thing, there's a lot of people who have like given him a lot of their money. They've given him a lot of their time. Aegon, actually, I think Baudrillard didn't like the first Matrix because it was more cinematic and it was less in depth about the philosophy and the theory. But like the Wachowski sisters did the follow-up Matrix like movies to be much more philosophical and representative of the theory. And while they were huge movies and they were incredible, I love them. I have a feeling that like the last I heard of it, that there was some involvement as far as like Baudrillard, like they were in contact or in touch with Baudrillard after that first one. For me, the Desert of the Real is finding out exactly now that there's a Predator Hunter content niche that's already pretty fucked up. Yeah, unfortunately, this niche has been around for a long time. I first came into contact with them in the mid-2000s, where I noticed that some like really like reactionary kind of like chuddy people were starting to get like offline, like kind of vigilante excited about creating fake sting operations. And I would see them putting together like entrapment of people that looked like they would be like their idea of what a predator would be, which means like,
oh my god, so they start from the profile, right? And would like you've all heard this, like so and so looks like a PDF, right? And like
trap like queer people that are like out.
Yeah. There's all kinds of like bias that's bound to go into that.
With the goal being to confront and intimidate in person for the camera reveal. And like that's what the genre developed as like this idea that people would be like basically entrapped online, and then they would build up this case in the video for them about how they're bad. These are the bad things. They'd catch them in as many media ways as possible. Then they'd do the docs, and then they would confront them IRL. You know, like it's a really, really bad genre. It's not content at that point. At that point, like, these people are not trying to build court cases. They are not trying to help victims. They're doing basically the same thing that the FBI did when they were finding like people at mosques and trying to like give them money and convince them to do crimes. Which is, you know, bad. It's awful. You know, like, but they're doing this for content. They're doing this for glory.
It is bad. It is awful. Just like
Yeah.
the ad break that happens every half an hour on Twitch. The ad break that you can escape with a Twitch Prime sub. You can escape it by paying $5 to Twitch to get out of that, to save yourself from that that nightmare, that the existential nightmare, right? Or possibly by through the generosity of someone else looking to give a gift sub, looking to save somebody from that nightmare. Although that sort of thing happens more often to people who are active in the chat.
That was really slick. I gotta give it to you. That was incredibly smooth.
How are we dealing with this? Because I heard somebody in chat say that somebody got scared away by this content. Yeah, I mean, like, this is probably the darkest stuff that I have covered in a long time. Probably the darkest stuff that I will cover. Right? I'm sure that the internet goes way darker. And like Zara was saying, this isn't just Mama Max. This is a niche. This is a content lane, right? That if you watch the old Chris Hansen stuff, you can see that, you know, as much as, yeah, they have cameras, and yeah, they have Chris Hansen, and yeah, you know, they have all this stuff, right? It doesn't take much to do what Chris Hansen did. And again, with Chris Hansen, a lot of those situations did not end up with a conviction. They looked like they found, you know, people that were willing to do bad things, but they gave them the perfect excuse, you know, in terms of entrapment, to be able to dodge those charges. And from what I understand, that's why that show went off the air. But that doesn't keep people from kind of trying to recreate that stuff on YouTube, and they are.
The first season of that show with Chris Hansen did not involve like a police liaison, and so they were just doing the investigations themselves. And because of that, all of the evidence collected was not something that you can use in court.
Right.
And there was no like confession, and like the people just like left the house.
Chris Hansen couldn't even get Onision to talk to him.
Why didn't he spend the whole time just dealing with the Onion Man? That would have been a better show if it was just him chasing the Onion Man.
Look, here's the deal, chat. We're gonna finish this video up. It's like 10 minutes left of this, right? And then we're gonna do a little bit like less dark stuff, although still very dark, because we'll be going back into the nuclear reactor. That's right. I found the very first video where our Ukrainian friends penetrate the Chernobyl.
Did they find a new condom?
Hadn't seen the Chugga Conroy stuff before your stream. That's got me so fucked up. It really is, right? And it happened. What's worse about that is that right now there's as many people like thinking that Lady Emily is this bad person who got their favorite content creator in trouble than there are people realizing the harm that, like, you know, Chugga Conroy did, and the fact that she's just supposed to, like, you know, kind of, you know, shut up about it, like, right? Even venting, like, she was trying to subtweet. She was trying to express the frustration that that I'm sure she experiences when she hears people be like, "Oh my God, what a wholesome being, Chugga Conroy. Oh yeah, what a great chant." Right? No, it's not. And having to see that, you know, is I can only imagine what Lady Emily's going through, especially now that the story has somewhat turned. And you know, it's the same story. It's like I talk about empathy, and usually when I talk about empathy, it's in a positive sense. You should have empathy. You should, like, you know, think of you know, you put yourself in other people's perspective. You should you know, try to stay connected with the rest of humanity, right? But sometimes it's negative, you know, and especially when it is empathy of, like, you know, maybe a guy who's been in a similar situation, doesn't see himself as a bad person, doesn't want to see himself as a bad person, that sees something like the Chugga Conroy situation and sees Lady Emily and says, that is the villain right there. That's the bad person, right? Because this shit is so freaking normalized. And the way that, you know, the way that you're supposed to handle that socially, you're not supposed to make any waves. I don't know. I mean, you can see what the power differential, the clout differential, like how that twists and it warps the whole situation to the point where there's now like there's now hate hashtags like against Lady Emily just for speaking her truth. So
It's horrible. She didn't do anything wrong.
I hate the people that give beans a bad name. I know beans are great. No, we're talking about the fact that like the thing that kind of made Lady Emily post about you know, what was going on, like without mentioning any names, was people saying, oh yeah, that Chugga Conroy, he's such a wholesome being. He's you know, like seeing him in a way where he is like not only like not harmful, but like incapable of causing harm, like so wholesome. Like he's got like a great personality, right? And therefore people can't see past, you know, like that on-air personality into the fact that for a smaller content creator who's having this stuff just kind of foisted on them without their consent is anything but wholesome. But yeah, we're going to get back to this now. Thank you, Zara, for coming on. Everybody go follow Zara if you are not already, both on Twitch, which we are still on for once, and on YouTube. Did you use the beans emoji to react to my friend's fun text? I mean, yeah, beans are great. Legumes are highly recommended. They're pretty healthy, too. I think a lot of people just don't know what sexual harassment even is. It's so damn normalized, right? And there are levels of abuse, right? There's like, there's really dark, horrible, abuse, and that there's abuse that's more subtle. There's abuse that's more normalized, right? But it's still not something that you should have to put up with. And it's still something that we need to talk about. And the fact that this has turned into a hate campaign against Lady Emily, it just belies the fact of how hard it is to actually talk about.
Into a new facet, which is something that is cool. Getting rid of PDF files. Normally it's just people calling people fucking racist for no reason, or sexist for no reason, or some shit like that. I don't know. And now it's like you're a file because you because you don't like spreading misinformation. If you react negatively to my lies and fiction, then you're a fucking sociopath. He then shares that he has extensive evidence, yet guess what? Provides none. Again.
Additionally, we have a substantive body of evidence. This includes written records of conversations between victims and the abuser, photographs capturing their time together, and video clips where the abuser is actively propagating the cult's ideologies.
I'm not doing the voice very well anymore. Rather than show the evidence, which one might think one would do in this situation, he would rather show a montage of Moist Critical projected onto a screen behind him, intercut with #WeAreReal and images of alleged victim. Instead of images that might compel someone to believe the story. The most ironic part, though, is when he calls out the digital landscape and the fact that it's littered with half-truths.
The digital landscape we navigate is already rife with misleading narratives and half-truths. And until AI is perfected, the problem is only set to intensify with advancing technologies.
What the f*** are you talking about, dude? You are a fucking massive hypocrite, and not even like a funny kind of hypocrite. You're like the shitty kind of hypocrite. He's a do as I say, not as I do character. I genuinely think there's some kind of hero complex, and the more and more that's come out about this, the more and more that I believe that. This is insane. This is classic YouTuber fucking weird narcissism shit, just with a like a holy just fucking conquest behind it for some reason. This absolute moral purity. It's just so weird and just gross. He says he's inviting Charlie to consider how his platform can be used, the platform that he's earned, by the way, not Max's platform, Charlie's platform.
But we believe that influencers like you have the unique power to bridge this gap, to use your reach and influence to bring important topics to the forefront.
The other ironic thing is, remember the latest video, the one that he's trying to get, you know, essentially shout outs from larger content creators about, like, right? He's a content creator who has gotten some big videos. He's able to put together a video that people watch. Now, the quality of those videos and the, you know, veracity of that, and his, you know, the veracity of his intention to really be helpful with that rather than just kind of like posing as some superhero is really questionable. But the guy can make a video and the guy can get it out. This video has got like a fraction of those views, and what he wants is for somebody else to boost it up, to be like, you know, because Charlie, you know, shouts you out on Twitter, Charlie shouts you out on, you know, wherever, right? You know, large content creator, Mr. Beast, right? And automatically you're getting, you know, just views kind of pouring in, but they're not views that came from the video that you made and people's reaction to that video. They're views that come from the audience of someone else. And, you know, it shows kind of a lack of belief in himself as a content creator, that he doesn't think that he can make videos that connect and resonate with the audience. And look, I mean, this is maybe the one that kind of jumped the shark, and that when you look at it, you know, even if before you were seeing a guy that was, you know, maybe putting himself on the line to expose something really bad, now you're seeing him for what he really is. And nobody really wants to get behind that, including larger content creators.
No, bro, you're actually trying to pressure him and essentially weaponize his audience to apply more pressure by making a video like this. You're trying to weaponize his audience to just defame people more so and provide no evidence. That's not how reality works. Then we get the cherry on top, which is Mama Max doesn't mind being seen as a vigilante.
See, do you see yourself as a vigilante?
I don't mind seeing myself as a vigilante. If you're asking me what I see myself as, I see myself as just a regular guy who is angry at what is going on.
I really want to know, how can Max claim that he's advocating for children and victims, but he's telling stories that are crafted in fiction, by his own words, trying to guilt creators into covering these stories that are crafted in fiction? Incredibly irresponsible. And also doxing people online.
The algo is a fickle god. And look, like, I know this better than a lot of people. As a content creator, you live a precarious life, like in terms of, you know, living at the whim of how your stuff interacts with the algo, like, you know, knowing what people want to see, knowing whether people want to see, like, the, you know, take a night and take a dark dive into the nuclear radioactive core of, like, the worst of this catch a predator type content, or whether that's going to turn things away. But one thing that I know for damn sure is that I'm never going to take the algorithm's lack of favoritism to something I do and use it as, blame that failure on other people. And that sounds like what Mama Max is doing here, right? Mama Max, you know, makes videos, they resonate. He makes one video, it's a little too far. Instead of taking the information of, like, this does not work, right? This is not a good direction to go. He says, no, this is fucking gold. Like, Camden is the best, you know, the best I've ever found. And it's just, you know, we will, you know, Charlie owes it to me. PewDiePie owes it to me. Joe Rogan owes it to me. Mr. Beast owes it to me to get this video big, because this is a mistake. It can't be me. It's got to be the children. It's the Principal Skinner mentality, right? right? When you're doing something that doesn't connect with people, which maybe even pushes people away a little bit, you're not taking the message and adapting to the platform, right? Instead, you're looking for someone to blame. And that seems to be, exactly what Mama Max got into. And this is not the first time I've seen this.
Live streams who have zero involvement into any situation that we also don't even know if it's real.
I'm sorry, Aegon, I wasn't like going off on you. You just made me think of something important.
At this point, it's blind faith, man.
The other side of the hero complex, maybe the villains screwed me over. Yeah, the villains screwed me over.
It's a cult. You have to join it to understand. And then finally, encouraging his viewers to find people, go after their homes and workplaces. Could it be financially motivated? I don't fucking know. Bro loves to plug his Patreon at every single opportunity he possibly can. And we'll get into that too. Because like, this is something, you got to make money. As a creator, you have to make money, and it makes sense. You're putting your time out there. This is what you're investing your time into. This is a really strange form of exploitation that I think I've never really seen before. All making money is exploitation, just at the heart, right? This is an interesting form here. Max, using his platform, continually states and points out the horrors that happen and occur to children in society, all while asking for people to support his Patreon. Now, it wouldn't necessarily be a problem if he was actually proving that he's, arresting people and sending them to jail and confronting them in the ways that other people are doing actively on YouTube right now and have been doing for a long time. But with his ways of doing,
instead he's LARPing like he's, taking them out with seedy darknet hitmen.
That is crafting false narratives and arresting nobody. It's just going to waste. Or it's just going to him. It's just like building him up into this sort of weird cult leader guy. He plugs his Patreon in all of his videos and says that us, the viewer, can help stop things from happening to children.
If you'd like to help me punish these, please consider going to my Patreon to join us.
Help me punish these pedos and donate to my Patreon. He's leveraging people's hate of PDF files with himself making money and then combining that into epic false narratives and just creating these ARGs and making a bunch of money off of it. Hey man, audience, can you guys donate to me so I can catch more predators? I'm a good guy, but also doesn't catch them, to be honest. So just donate to charity. Donate to your local police station. They do more good, I promise. He also finds ways to convey this sort of legal ambiguity in regard to being able to and not being able to show things on YouTube to get people to subscribe to his Patreon and give him money so they can see stuff that's like illegal or something. That's what he alludes to. I don't really know.
Due to the graphic and legal nature of the section, has been cut from the YouTube version. Full version.
It kind of reminds me of like what some of the worst stuff that you've maybe have heard about on like true crime Patreons, where they're like, yeah, you want to see the bloody details of the unaliving that went on. Here, click on my Patreon.
Be found on my OnlyFans.
And it seems to be working pretty well. He makes a good bit of money off of Patreon. Here's some stats. The cheapest tier is just $5 a month. The highest tier is $1,000. So we've kind of set the context. We've set the stage. You guys can understand why a lot of people now believe he is irresponsible. And as a result of his irresponsibility, people just get away with it. The people that he's making videos about, false or whatever, they just get away with it. He doesn't take the time to think out his investigations. He tries to make a film with all of these. When and if the PDF files that he's talking about in his films ever get caught, they can just leave the country and escape conviction. Mainly because the water's been muddied so much by the false narratives crafted.
We can't let the police do it. I want to do it. I will arrest them. I will put them in my jail. I have my own jail.
Also in my recent video, we talked about the cases that were thrown out on To Catch a Predator with Chris Hansen because of amateur involvement. Mama Max does this exact same thing. This is the purest form of amateur involvement. He actually admits to fictionalizing events. That taints the situation and ruins any sort of future for a possible investigation by the proper authorities. Because like, who's he gonna do? Get him arrested? He's gonna arrest him himself? You can't do that. You can't just arrest people. I arrested an old lady once at the fucking Warren County Fair because she was stealing shit out of my mom's truck. And I said, I put her under citizen's arrest and she went to jail. Fucking old bitch. Now he has responded to the controversy. He uploaded a video called I Place Accountability in My Own Hands. So far, it's been very well received. It has is not. It is not a good video. He really is. It's really just a big old pity party, in all honesty. In the start of his response, he says he just finished recording a 30-minute video called Silence All Survivors, which supposedly included responses to criticism, his approaches, and it included apologies, and also a call to action in regard to Camden. But the video never got posted because after showing it to some of his friends and survivors, he said some loved it, and some had gripes, and some hated it. Makes sense, dude. He tries to get some audience sympathy by saying he's being pulled every which way and can't make everyone happy. He plays the victim in this whole, he's the victim here. He's the victim here. He's not really taking responsibility into his own hands. In my opinion, I don't really know what this is.
I feel like I'm being pulled in every which way. And no matter how hard I try, I cannot make everyone happy.
The comment section is absolutely destroying him, by the way, and I mean, it's very, 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 very strange. The whole thing is very, very strange. I want to know what you guys think about it, because
so leave a comment down below to let me know what you think about this. Like, how do you resonate with this? Speaking of which, okay, we're getting a little dark. Let's bring it back into the light with our favorite Chernobyl explorers from Ukraine.
Exclusion zone. And this time we're not messing around. We're going to infiltrate the 4th NPP unit through the secret tunnel. Right, the one which exploded. There are lots of corridors and the NPP is guarded well. Can we make it safe and under—
Oh no, this is like the first, okay, so this is, I think, their first foray into Chernobyl, into the exclusion zone.
Detected. You will know it yourself soon. Oh my gosh, he dived in the water! Oh my gosh, no! Well guys, here we go again. We're back to Pripyat. Look who is going with us. Hello friends, you may remember me. I was helping with the flat repair in Pripyat. Though I have changed a little, I've got beard and so on. Glad to see you. And we have found this guy. Hello dear friends. Yeah, last year I couldn't go with you, but this time I'm here. We will force our way to Pripyat together and break the law of Illinois state. And other stalkers have already told us that there are lots of photos.
So you hear them say the word stalker. I don't know, like that's a creepy, it sounds creepy. I don't know if that's a translation error or what. I mean, they're sneaking into the exclusion zone of Chernobyl, around the Chernobyl reactor, and but for some reason the words that they use are weird. Like instead of like penetrated under the Chernobyl reactor is what this video is called. Found a nuclear waste storage facility. Right. I'm thinking that this is a translation issue.
Of Super Sus and Kreasan on every corner in Pripyat now.
I haven't seen any evidence of Sus and the gang stalking anyone, so...
Let's go quietly, guys. It is Kvass, not beer, guys. I see.
Kvass.
Why? This is my family talisman. It reminds me about...
Wait, what? Stalker is a video game set in the Chernobyl exclusion zone? Seriously? Tube baby, you just like shed light upon my darkness. Yeah, it's in Pripyat.
Family.
I mean, this is the real deal. This is Chernobyl from everything. The water is Gatorade colored. Yeah. I mean, like maybe like Gatorade that's been sitting in the back of your car on a hot summer day for a month.
My life. When it's bad weather, dangers, and other emotions, I always remember about them. Alex's life.
Wait, it's a game called Stalker, and it's set in the Chernobyl exclusion zone? Why have I not heard of this?
We're in Russia, Taiga. Going to the Dyatlov Pass, right? Yeah. It looks like that. Oh my gosh, so big. It is macrolepotia. Wanna eat it? It is overripe, not that tasty. It's fly agaric. No, it's not. Look at it, guys. Is it a fly agaric? I think it's macrolepiota, guys. It is a fly agaric. I know about them everything. I've been working with mushrooms for 40 years. People say if you eat 1 cup of fly agaric, you're gonna feel painkiller effect. And if you eat 2, you will have hallucinations, yeah. We have to be quiet now, there may be cameras here. And camera traps. I thought only us installed them. Have you heard that people have seen bears in Pripyat? Yeah. The main thing is not to be caught.
Wait, so it's an old PC-only game, and it's Ukrainian?
Hush everyone, we are close to the bar fence. Super Sus is taking photos for Instagram. There is no entrance. Dima, search for it, please.
Okay, so these dudes are like rolling deep in the memes.
We can climb on it, in a stalker way, you know?
In a stalker.
Police,
okay.
They have fixed all the fence. Oh my gosh, Sus is going already.
Oh my god, Sus, be careful.
Oh my gosh. See if anyone's there. Quietly.
There's gonna be a sequel?
Now we have to get out of here nice and easy. They may be waiting for us here. That's it, guys, we are in the zone. These pines are pictures. Cool.
Well, look, I'm glad that you're explaining the reference, because they're sure not.
Hey Dima, are we lost? Why staying? I wanna take off my jacket. I'm going to Pripyat too. Your Uncle Valera? He's Bear Caballera. Lots of abandoned vehicles in the forest. It is all around. That is a special liquidator's vehicle storage area. It is called Buryakovka. There was a village once. It was called Buryakovka. All these vehicles are very radioactive, so they have left them here. There are so many tires here. Oh my gosh. Look here, guys. Don't touch it. It may be radioactive. No, I know, this one is okay. I'm sure about it. Though we don't have a dosimeter with us. Check out this tractor condition. Let's go to the cabin.
You can tell that tractor is radioactive.
We're going to restore this one. Yeah, but there is no place to sit now. That is a hell, guys. Well, someone has taken it apart before us. Can we restore it now? That would be hard, almost impossible. And they can't sell it to anyone. So there is still plenty of generator. It showed the voltage one day. What is this canister for? Can we launch it, Alex? No, there is no engine. There was someone walking. Well, guys, this is the very place where had to be assembled the 5th nuclear reactor. And this roof was supposed to shift. There are the rails. The roof moved and the crane was moving the reactor, which had to be there. It was supposed to stand over there, on these pillars, and then had to be moved in the nuclear power plant. Hey Max, let me show you what was the reactor. Let's go. I read about it. Do you see these concrete pillars around? Here and there, all around. An enormous reactor was standing on them. It was so huge and round, just fancy that. Do you know why there is sand? I know, they were doing some sandblasting. Yeah, right. And after the reactor was taken from here, there came the marauders. They cut metal parts and then sandblast them. Sandblasting cleans metal from radiation. It removes the radioactive
Oh, then nice to know. Sandblasting cleans metal from radiation.
particles. Sandblasting is sand mixed with air under high pressure. Yeah. By the way, the marauders sold metal to factories. So maybe you have something at your house which it is very roomy here. Oh my gosh, there are so many hatches. We gotta be extremely careful. Let's go down. Yeah. Is there another stair? It's really hot here. I guess some nuclear fuse is composing somewhere. I don't know. It is very hot here, guys. Too much.
So this must be in summer.
But it's winter now.
Wait, no, it's winter?
What's going on? Oh, it's shaking.
Not the best staircase.
What is that? It's a giant pipe. Oh my gosh, there's nothing below again. Oh my, look what we found. Holy, there's a real swamp here, guys. Just look at it. Look at the stair, Max. Do you want to go up? Maybe. No, it's broken. There is so much of waste concrete. Let's go inside, I wanna swim. Oh my gosh, we're in the basement now. Max, do you like it here? And I would say it's futuristic here. We don't get what happened. Cooling system. And these panels are heat insulation. So there was a nuclear reactor right in the middle. I mean, it was supposed to stand here, but it was never installed. Holy Chernobyl, I almost fell down. And look up there. It is really high. I think it's 9 floors high or something. That was a bat. Nice echo, isn't it? The real nuclear reactor is really something, guys.
I mean, honestly, the real nuclear reactor was the friends we made along the way.
New reducer. And Zeus is going to spin it. Look here. It is moving really slowly, but how much time is gonna take? Oh, there's another vault door. 2 of them. Can we go there? There's a well-preserved office over here. Maybe stalkers live there. There's a tablet. Let's see what's in there. What? A tablet? What is there? It's a seat. Oh, really? A tablet from 1987. Nice joke, Max. There are some bottles. Maybe there's some alcohol. Was it vodka or milk? That is cafe or milk? There's a label here. Let's see, is that Ukrainian? That's from Lugansk. But what is that? It's mineral water, Alex. Aha, it's like listen to key number 4. Kiev factory. Look at that. Oh my, it's Little 24. I really like its smell. It's very cool.
Pocket Rush, thank you for the anonymous. Oh wait, anonymous gifter. Thank you for the gift sub to that pocket trash. That pocket trash. You just got weaseled, which is a good thing. You can get weaseled on YouTube. You can get weaseled on Twitch. But what it means is that you can post weasels, as well as other forms of strange emotes in the chat. Wait, let me find some strange emotes to post. I feel like we need more animated ones. There we go.
That is for bunkers and military vehicles. This smells awesome. Better than Chanel. Let's go. Are you going? Is it waste from cables? Yeah, cable shells. Zeus, where are you going? Is it the secret tunnel to the force unit? Are we going? It beats me. Let's go, maybe. Guys, we're going to infiltrate the force power unit. The one which exploded. From this 5th one we have just been in. We're close. Yeah, it's cable collector. Maybe it's the right way. We can go there easily. There's a soft floor here, Max. Sure, I think it was damaged with radiation. Some people dream of warm floor. We've got soft. We're going to the 5th power unit. What is that? There's another one. Oh, another pass here. It is right behind this wall. It isn't that long, by the way. Maybe we're close.
Okay, wait, no, that was 9 months ago. This is not the first time that they went to Chernobyl. And they're definitely not where they were before in terms of the, I think maybe this is the video?
It was under construction. It's over there. And Super Zeus wanna swim. In theory, we can get
Super Zeus always wants to swim
to the force unit through those fluid tunnels. And Super Zeus has special suits. We wonder if we can infiltrate the most secret places no one has ever been. Let's go.
This is the one. This is the one. So this is their first trip into the like underground aquatic realm of Chernobyl, the radioactive Gatorade water of Chernobyl.
Let's take a look at this crane. Oh my gosh. Look at it, Max. Oh my, it's huge.
And with the equipment that's left here, you know, because you'd wonder, like, why did they leave a crane here? It's Chernobyl. It's probably, my guess is it's probably radioactive.
Look at its wheels. There's a plate. What's there, Zeus? Is there a pass? I heard that there was a pipeline. Can we pass there? There is some water. Is it too much? Not really. Shall we go there or anywhere else? Let's check those hard doors. Let's go. Let's take this stair with us. It's so long. Oh my gosh. Are we gonna go there? Just look at it, guys. Oh my gosh. That's a hell. Is it okay? It is bent so much. I don't care. I'm not afraid.
I would be afraid. You should be afraid.
I'm scared already.
That's scary. That's a rusty ass metal ladder with super thin like there's everything about that is scary, right? Yeah, bounce it. That's a great idea.
See? This ain't easy. It's bad, I see. It's all shaking, dude. I'm really afraid. It's vibrating so hard. After this trip, Alex, you won't be afraid of anything. Watch your head. Yeah. There's a robot, guys. Show me. There's a Soviet robot. Look at these springs. Oh my gosh. Guys, that is mad. Sus, what are you doing? It's darkness below. It's about 15 meters, guys. Let's go, Alex. Slowly, go there. We're going. They're shaking hard. What is that? Oh my gosh, it's so cool. There was a giant watertight door, and it was stolen. I'm tall and it is just 2 meters here, guys. Look. Yeah, very unusual. There are many hatches. It is very high to fall through them. What was this room for? Weird. Watch where you're going. Too many hatches there. And there is pretty much of steel around. Oh my gosh, it was cut off by someone. Looks like a bank vault. Someone came here, closed the door and called the other side. And they let him in. Some kind of airlock. That looks scary, guys. What for was this room? I wonder. And why calling? Yeah, there's a phone up there.
Yeah, well, that's a room?
There's a guard in here. Let's go and see. There's a chain here. I can't imagine how heavy was this door. That looks weird.
So like a vault? Oh, it makes sense. That's like maybe the control room?
Anyway, this door was stolen.
Do you think that's the control room?
And the phone too. There's a bulb here. What is that? What do you mean? There's a second door lying here. So they haven't stolen the second door. And there are 4 bearings here around this doorway. What do you think they kept here behind this heavy door, guys? Money? Do you think money? Yeah, cash.
I mean, my guess is it's like a heavy door to keep the radiation out, and that there's parts of the building that are, you know, dangerous for people to be in without protective equipment, and then there's parts of the building that are made for monitoring what's going on in the plant. That's like, yeah, shielded checkpoints? I don't know.
All cash of USSR. Yeah, maybe. But what really was there? What is that? Can I go there? Look at these awesome bearings. Oh my gosh. It is round. What is this tough protection for? We don't know. I wish we knew. It is very roomy here. Oh my gosh, there are so many hatches. We gotta be extremely careful. Let's go down. Yeah. Is there another stair?
Okay, so here we go.
I guess
Wait.
the fuse is composing somewhere. I don't know.
I thought we saw
It's
this.
very hot here, guys. Too much. But it's winter now. What's going on? Oh, it's
It's
shaking.
hot, but it's winter. Are they just like cutting up their video to make other...
Giant pipe. Yeah. Are you scared at all? Sure thing I'm scared. You may get some radiation. I'm afraid not to get out of there. Well, guys, we're gonna put there a camera.
Okay, so yeah.
Water is really cold, Sus.
They said it's really hot there, but it's winter and the water is cold. But like, where's the heat coming from? Oh my god, chat, where's the heat coming from? Do you have anybody got guesses?
There's something moving underwater. What? What is that? That is a mutant. Yeah, it's Chernobyl, it's okay. Super Sus is almost ready. I really naked Super Sus? Sure. That's hard. What about underwear? Are you putting the mask on? Hey Max, are you going there? I don't know. I'm not going. Are you cold? Not yet. We've got much of rubber today.
So for whatever reason, Seuss seems to be the bravest one. Like whenever there's a need for somebody to go down and dive in radioactive Gatorade water, Super Seuss seems to be the one that volunteers for the job.
Check it out.
So you saw before where they wrapped him in saran wrap. They put him in a fishbowl with a bicycle pump. And they tried to get him to dive in here, right? This was actually his first attempt, right? So this is before, I think this is before the diving bell setup, the ridiculous you know, he's got a fishbowl on his head. It's got a rubber hose in it. It's being pumped with a bicycle pump, having air pumped into it. And he's wrapped in saran wrap. He's got like a camera taped to his head or something. And, you know, he's supposed to go down there and explore. They thought, you know, like, oh, well, you know, we just want to take a look down there. You know, what do we need? What's the bare minimum we can do, right? And they come up with this weird, yeah, and weights tied to him, right? Because the you know, the fishbowl's full of air and it's buoyant, right? So in order to get him to be able to go down, they need to put weights on him. They put like weights from like you know, dumbbell weights, right? They barbell weights, right, on him. And then this is,
guys, filming on iPhone. Do you like the quality? Let's switch to Sony. That's it. It's Sony and iPhone now. Right below what image you like the most, guys. Sony or iPhone? Just tell me. It's 11 Pro and Sony FDR 3000. Just for you to know. 3 cameras and one big one. Sus looks different already. Is he gonna get wet now? I think so. He isn't protected from water at all. Let's tie that thing, right? What are you doing? And this is connected now. Wow. Cool. Hush. That was just water dripping. There may be security checking here. No way. In the basement too. Not in the basement, but close. Anyone can hear as well from here. Oh my gosh. Just don't cry too loudly. Yeah, we gotta speak low voice.
okay, now watch this. Why did they bring the gas mask, right?
I start worrying for you, Sus. Why? What if you're gonna feel unwell there? And what? Do you wanna give him rescue breathing? If I have to. Don't you want him to die? He could kill me for hype. Do you remember that video when these filled the room with nitrogen? Yeah, and they died for hype. That was stupid. That is it, guys. Wish me luck. Remember me a good man. How's water? Icy. Does it get inside of his suit? Not yet. Till I'm half in water. What is over there, Sus? Some tunnels. Is there a turn to the right? Yeah. Is it far? There's a bunch of tunnels in all directions. Oh my gosh. Give me a camera, I can film that.
So yeah, this is the same room. You know, we've seen this room filled up with ice. We've seen them go into here with inflatable rafts, very cheap inflatable rafts. You know, the kinds that you like you'd take to the beach or you'd take to a lake or something like that. Not the types that you'd, you know, take like in any sort of exploring capacity, like, right, just plastic.
Well, friends, I'm gonna go there first.
Plastic inflatable rafts.
Damn, I've modded water. Just move slowly. There's another intact wall door. Well, it's okay here so far. Some corridors. Oh my. What is there? The tunnel split. It is -3 Celsius here. There are
-3 Celsius, so yeah, the water's almost ready to freeze, maybe.
more doors here. Oh my gosh. Maybe that was an accounting office. What we've got here? Another intact wall door. There are some rooms, maybe for keeping organs.
For keeping organs? What?
We're searching for the tunnel to reach the 4th power unit. You can't know where it is. It is a secret. There are doors, tunnels and so on everywhere. And radioactive water. What am I doing for YouTube, guys? That is -3 Celsius. And it's gonna be -6 down there.
Wait, what is this? What do these refer to? They don't refer to temperatures.
And -9 and so on. So
They did say it's cold here, but maybe not like that. What does that mean? -3 degrees, -6 degrees. They're not talking about angles.
even more floors below us.
These are floor numbers, maybe? -3 because it's the floor. Okay. This has got to be some reference to the levels that they're on. They're kind of like in a basement here. And at this part of Chernobyl, right, there are further, sub basements. There are further floors, like further down, but they're underwater. They're underwater. So what is an explorer to do?
Oh, it's you. Where are the stairs to? No, but there are lots of corridors, 5 directions. Here and there, I didn't go farther. But
this guy's gonna put on a gas mask.
Gas mask won't protect you from water source.
And look, I don't think that the suit that he's wearing is terribly waterproof either. Like maybe these are waders or something like that. I no, they don't look like waders. I don't think this shit is waterproof at all.
It's not insulated. That's a hell, guys.
He's trying to dive in a gas mask.
Cold?
This has got to be a joke. Right, so like I said, this is the first attempt. This is the first attempt to look and see what's down there. Maybe they just wanted to, like, I don't know, get a look, and they thought that they could, like, just, like, if you get the gas mask, then, your eyes will stay dry for at least a second, and you can peer around and kind of see what's down there.
Do you see anything? Nothing at all. Oh my gosh, guys, he's doing it.
So he's got a camera, he's got a waterproof flashlight, and he's wearing a suit that is going to fill up with water. He's wearing a gas mask that, obviously, I don't know, like, what the idea is, but obviously you can't, like, breathe water through a gas mask.
That's a hell. What's up? Sus, are you okay?
He just got a mouthful of water, didn't he?
Hey, Sus. That was a bad idea.
That was, yes, that was fully, that's 100%.
I was choking. What the hell? That was hard. Guys, don't ever try this, please.
It's the temperature, but wait, why do they have the temperature written on the wall?
Don't even try to swim in the gas mask.
Why would the temperature be written on the wall? It's obviously not like the same temperature and like -6 down there, -3 down there. I think it's got to be a reference to the, I mean, this is Ukraine, obviously part of the former Soviet Union. When Chernobyl was active, it was during the Soviet Union. The only thing I can think of that this refers to is like some kind of a level thing, and it doesn't make sense because you'd think it'd be like level -3, level -4, level -5, but instead it's like level -3 that way, level -6 this way, right? I don't know.
He's diving, guys. Oh no.
So now he's diving without a gas mask, which is probably better, but
see anything. It's too muddy.
And again, look at what this is gonna do. His suit is gonna fill up with this water, with this radioactive water.
That's a hell, guys. Zeus is swimming. Water is ice cold. We need a scuba gear. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything. Water is too dirty. How many floors are below? 2 floors at least. Is there a way to the power unit? That remains unknown. Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm glad he's okay at least.
So yeah, all wet.
I mean, I say okay, like they don't have any equipment to measure radiation, and so I'm not sure how okay he really is.
That suit didn't help at all. It is warm in it. Boots are heavy, about 10 kilograms each. Do you mean 10 liters of water?
Yeah, that's 10 liters of about.
It is your turn, Max.
Yeah, it's your turn.
No, I'm not
Max
going
is
there.
not doing this. No. So we gotta pour out the radioactive water. Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't think we want to get this up close and personal with Seuss. I know Twitch has standards as far as that's concerned.
We can hear them now. Damn it, that's hard. That isn't expected. Max is filming them. I wouldn't take a risk. They just didn't see us. We were talking full voice, and then we saw them walking along over there. 2 men, armed. Are them from Walker?
So there's armed security.
They ought to be. That was the armed security of the zone.
So is Provoker some reference to this game, this Ukrainian game, like set in Chernobyl?
How didn't they see us? We were talking normally, and then Sue said, "Guys, I see 2 guardsmen in front of us." They didn't see us. They were like walking nice and easy, and didn't expect anyone hiding there. There's a road. Yeah, they were going right there. Yeah, we gotta move fast, so that no one catches. They were walking here just yet, and we were hiding over there. Let's go faster, Max. Come on. They're over here.
Oh, wait, Aegon's got an idea. Maybe they're warning of possible thermal alterations? Would there be like a negative degree alteration? Like, would it, like, I would think that supposedly the army does patrol the zone pretty regularly. Hey, what's up, Letterhack? Good to see you. We are exploring Chernobyl with this Ukrainian these Ukrainian YouTubers that have just well, they've tried 3 times to get down into the waters of Chernobyl. That's right, the waters that I guess they used to cool the reactor back in the day. They're sitting still down there in the sub basement of Chernobyl. These guys got the great idea of like, hey, what if we go down there, explore it a little bit, and then once they noticed that there was a staircase down, a submerged staircase, right, a staircase underwater. They decided we just need to dive down there and see what's there, see what's going on down there, right? So the first thing that they tried to do was put on some kind of a non-waterproof suit and a gas mask, right? Which is not going to help you breathe in the water, right? I don't know what the idea was. Maybe they thought that with the glass over their eyes, they could at least see down there without exposing their naked eyeballs to the radioactive waters, the dirty Gatorade-looking waters of Chernobyl, but it didn't work for them, right? So they come back. Their second attempt is like, what if we take saran wrap and wrap it around our diver to form a suit, right? Just like saran wrap, or to waterproof the guy, and then we can take a fishbowl and we can put it on his head, okay? And then we can take a rubber hose and stick it in the fishbowl and take a bicycle pump and pump air into there. So as he goes down, if the fishbowl starts to fill up with water, there's like some positive pressure in there to push the water out and to keep him, to keep him with fresh air, right? So this is their second time. They also tied weights, like barbell weights, onto the guy to make sure that he wasn't too buoyant, so he could get down and see what's down there under there. And of course, this let him, like, he went down like 2 or 3 feet, like, right? He didn't do much before his fishbowl filled up with water and he had to come back up. So they try one more time, and this time they hire a diver, a professional diver who's got 7 years of experience. So it sounds pretty on the up and up. The last time, and they had a little issue with radiation. Wait, can I find this? Flooded bunker. Okay. I thought there was... Is it here? there's one video where he goes to the doctor to see if he's gotten too much radiation. And I think the answer is yes. Right, so then they hire a diver, they put him in a skin suit. Now this time it is legitimately winter, right? So this is, oh my god, I don't even know what's going on here. So they have to crack through the they have to crack through the ice. I have no idea why they're bringing skates with them. These are roller skates. These aren't even ice skates. Ice skates might be a good idea down there. Roller skates, I don't know. Seems like a way to break a bone. But anyway, they bring their diver down there, and check this out. They've got one of these radiation, what's it called again, chat? The radiation device, the device that measures radiation. But they bought one. They paid for it, and to waterproof it, they use a condom. It's not a Geiger counter, but it's like a little personal thing that you wear that shows like how much radiation you are getting at the time to, you know, kind of let people know. I'm trying to remember what it's called. It's not a Geiger counter, dosometer or something like that. Yeah, I think it's a dosometer. Freestyling. Yeah, and this is all their references are based on this weird video game from Ukraine. This like was it a 90s game or an 80s game or something like that? That's set at it's a dosimeter. Yeah. The thing they use to tell if gluten is a food. Wait, dosimeter? But anyway, they send this diver down to explore underwater, and he actually gets a decent amount of the way, but they've got him on a line, right? Because it's not safe. This is like cave diving, right? This is dangerous, right? Regular diving can be very dangerous. Cave diving is particularly dangerous, and a lot of people have lost their lives that way because there's a lot of bad things that can happen to you when you're in a enclosed area underwater. This is similar, except, you know, it's Chernobyl, so there's extra dangers on top of that, right? So the diver goes down, like, you know, swims through a small opening, and then is it called a carabiner that they've got him? They've attached him to a cord, and they're holding onto the cord to make sure that he knows how to find his way back up, right? So, like, you know, like the Minotaur, like, is it Theseus, right? You know, has the cord to find his way back out of the labyrinth, right? So they've got the cord attached to the diver, and then as he's going down, all of a sudden they start pulling the cord up, get him out of there, and it's attached to nothing. He's become detached from the cord. They leave us on a cliffhanger for this video. And we had to find the other video to find out that actually the diver came back up after, you know, a few seconds, and he'd seen a few things, but again, hadn't made a lot of progress. I mean, you're not gonna get. I mean, it's a good thing they didn't. It's a 2009 game. Okay, it's not an 80s game. It's not a 90s game. It's a 2009 game. Dosimeter. A dosimeter is an instrument used to measure ionizing radiation via alpha, beta particles, neutrons, gamma rays, or X-rays in it's called dosimetry. Yeah, it's like the kind of thing that people wear, I guess, like what airplane pilots wear this to see how much, you know, they're flying a lot, so they're getting higher levels of radiation, right? You know, if you're in a maybe even the people that run the security at the airport, right? You know, like whatever, any kind of profession that you have that might expose you to radiation, you're going to maybe wear like a badge or something like that. And when it turns a certain color, it's saying you've got more than enough radiation and you need to get out of here, right? That's right. Gamma rays, it turns you into the Hulk.
Took the rollers in order to break into this underground tunnel. This is for moving fast. If there is ice, then we have skates. And the ice...
Okay, they do have skates. They do have skates.
I am ready.
Those are old skates.
The most convenient way to force the cellars of Chernobyl.
Harder than it looks.
Is that a hockey mask?
I think these are women's skates. I knew it.
Why?
Because I feel it.
Are you uncomfortable? Wait for Camrad.
The last
You can feel it.
was 20 years ago. But I already have advice for those who are going to do it. Lace them up so...
But yeah, the real revelation, right? After they did, you know, what they did, they, you know, they were in that dangerous situation. They almost lost their diver. They asked their diver, you know, the diver starts to talk and say, yeah, you know, actually the last time I dived was 7 years ago. The guy said that he had 7 years of experience. What he meant was he has been diving for 7 years, but that the last time that he dived was also the first time that he dived. So this is his second dive, and it's into Chernobyl.
That it almost...
This is the equivalent of backyard wrestling. This is easily equally dangerous.
hurts.
The right roller is too tight.
Pity of it. Maybe we can try to fix it?
This one.
Camrad, let's go.
This roller is too tight.
Don't cheat.
Did you say your skates are for women?
Yes, I was framed. Camrad, let's dive right into the hole under the water.
Seuss, look how good you skate. You are very good at it. Wow.
Guys, appreciate how magical, crystal clear bottom.
I haven't skated in a long time.
Very beautiful. Further will be even better. Bono, tell me, what can you say about what's going on? Do you think this is normal?
It's a difficult question. I think skates are good for ice skating, but roller skates, probably not.
Probably not.
Crawl inside.
I won't get through here.
I will help you. Come on, go.
So that's Camrad.
We asked the maestro on stage.
Stop falling.
That's Super Seuss.
The skates are not sharpened.
Why didn't anyone sharpen them?
Guys,
I was gonna say, yeah, I was like, there's something wrong with those skates, and yeah, I think it's probably that they look like they haven't been worn since the 80s or something, right?
is really scary. Look, completely transparent ice below us. It's scary because I don't know how thick the ice is and whether it can crack.
Yeah, it's so clear.
But if one of us fails, then most likely it will not be possible to save him.
Oh my gosh.
How is it that he's even able to stay up on freaking roller skates, like doing a ass to the grass squat on ice?
What it is? Am I the only one who sees it? What are you doing here?
Friends, look what lies at the bottom.
Look what's in there. There's a lot. There is a welding rectifier and a cable and some nuts. They must have dismantled something.
Wow, look how unusual this gap looks. So deep, but still not reaching the water. Do you think it's the thickness of the ice, or is the ice even thicker? Interesting bottom topography, like a bend. Seuss, do you and Camrad still want to go skating here? Do you like it? But watch out. I'm just afraid that further the ice will be thin.
See what I came up with. The ice is cracking.
As I watch this, I keep on hoping that these guys have their tetanus shot.
No. Bono,
like they need like this is just a tetanus nightmare.
What to do in such cases?
Now I'll see what's there.
Be careful. Please.
Both of you will fail.
Stop, don't do this.
Everything will be okay.
Don't go, don't. You will fail now.
Everything is fine.
Here it crackles.
Guys, look what a pipe sticking out from under the water looks like. It froze.
The ice is cracking where I've just been. I have heard.
Already cracking.
Yes.
Camrad, get out of there.
It's already very dangerous there. Did it really crack, or are you joking?
Do I look like a joker?
This sound.
Do I look like a joker?
Not made by the ice, but by the cable. Look at him.
Looks like.
What is he doing?
But if Camrad goes under the ice, who is going to save him?
You believe in tetanus?
No. Will you run after him?
We will pull it with a wire.
It hardly works.
Camrad, what are you doing? What's going on? It seems he can't get out.
More like an epileptic attack, but nothing can help here. We just need to wait. The main thing is that the ice endures.
I don't think they're serious about that.
Honey, I'll save you. Go here.
Many people think and write in the comments that Camrad is just a fool. But this is not so. He just has epilepsy. This is a serious disease. He's not like...
I can't tell if they're joking.
because he wants to stand out or fool around, because sometimes he has seizures. It remains only to understand and sympathize with her.
Bono, help.
Okay, that...
It's Camrad.
Sasha, grab Bono. Pull.
Come on, help them, pull them out.
Grab the cable.
Wait, so that's Sasha, that's Bono,
Enough.
Everything is fine.
Super Seuss, and Camrad.
I don't know how to judge the strength of the ice.
I'll check.
It's all right there.
Check carefully.
It just cracks sometimes. All right, let's go ahead.
Be careful, don't rush.
Everything is okay there.
Further.
Yeah, everything about this makes it seem like more dangerous. Like as soon as I'm like, this is really dangerous, then they say something to make me more worried.
The ice changes shape. Bono. Please be very careful. Look out.
Quiet.
Ice is strong.
Look, there are pipes here too.
Is it visually clear if the ice is getting thinner?
Just a little bit, and here it is even thinner.
Then don't go any further, Bono.
No, so far so good. Here.
Why wouldn't you go when it's not frozen? They do actually go when it's not frozen, and they take the cheapest plastic rafts that you could imagine finding. Like, right? Rafts that probably should not be used anywhere outside of a swimming pool, right? That you might take to the lake or you might take to the ocean if you're a little bit more brave, but you wouldn't take this like exploring, right? Like, you know, I mean, I don't know, even an exploring raft, right? Even a raft that's made for like, I don't know, riding cave rivers or something like that, is probably going to be not necessarily resistant to all the metal here that's sticking out that could puncture it, right? But no, they take the cheapest raft that you could ever imagine, and yeah, it gets punctured.
More than 2 inches.
How did he determine those 2 inches? Oh, there is a living spider.
How is a freaking spider do spiders hibernate?
Guys, look, a spider.
Yes, alive and crawling. He's running on ice.
Guys, even I'm scared to go out there, scared to crawl out there.
Why so?
I am very afraid of ice. I think about the cold and understand how terrible it is.
In that case, let's use the boat.
An inflatable boat. Friends, just look at this. This is what an ideal Chernobyl radioactive bottom looks like.
I mean, it does look very peaceful.
Here's another crack.
Let's go find a flashlight.
The flashlight is where Bono is now.
I'll check.
Look, the exit is up. We can get out.
Spiders can live in many places. They still have insects and food for them to eat. Yeah, but it's so cold.
Help me find
Like it's like frozen.
flashlight.
There is an
They live in shadowy places. They mentioned warmth, or they must have found some warmth, I guess.
opportunity to look around.
Dima,
What?
come to us. It's all right, I promise. It would be nice to make a hole around here and launch a drone.
The stick froze. Look. No, it was some kind of Soviet pump. Some kind of unit was controlled by this stick.
When you move your feet so loudly, the whole ice is shaking.
Like, and remember, they're not even supposed to be here. Like, there's armed guards walking around here trying to keep people out.
I found your flashlight.
Are you serious? Did you manage to find him?
Camrad, here
There's a lot of creatures that live in and around Chernobyl. Is there anything that lives like underwater?
lantern.
The lens has gone so far.
It's radioactive spiders.
Do you remember the last time we threw this lantern off the boat?
Now I want to play Fallout. People keep telling me I need to play Fallout New Vegas for some reason.
There is a lantern here. A little further is the ring from it, and here is the lens. See how far it flew?
Yeah.
You pushed him so hard that he fell apart, but he still blinked for a very long time.
Yes. Yeah.
Creatures you can't find anywhere else, though? Are you saying the creatures that have changed due to radiation, Letterhack?
Sasha,
They're the radioactive boars, that's right.
I am the fish of your dreams.
Camrad has gone crazy.
Camrad, how do you like it?
Friends, we are under the reactor. We are skating. We're losing our heads. It's such a pleasure.
I just wonder, like, they don't seem, you know, like they don't seem drunk, but is there something involved here? are they on some kind of recreational substance? Because they just don't. It's disturbing to me how little seriousness there is, and like, you know, obviously they're making a goofy YouTube video, right? But this has to be dangerous. This has to be legitimately dangerous, right? Either that or like they always hang out here. They always play here. They're like used to this, right? It's the very strong tea. Okay, that makes sense. It's the tea. What kind of tea is it, by the way? Would these be like, I only know green tea, really. It's crocodile. I would be on something if I went there. Yeah, your actions have real consequences, especially here.
Don't get such pleasure even from Creason with his videos.
They were looking at the mushrooms earlier, weren't they? The fly agaric.
I'd rather move away because he's going crazy. Guys, when Camrad goes crazy, it becomes dangerous around.
Bono, how are we doing?
We found another.
I feel like it's always dangerous around these guys. Their green tea is bright and glowing.
Is there a descent?
Earl Grey is that people keep telling me that Earl Grey. I gotta find a good one.
There is, but it is all
devoid tea. Is it like void coffee? Yeah.
What are our plans? We want to fly the drone to the floor below.
Yes, we need to punch a hole and swim under the transparent ice.
Then let's go punch.
Let's.
But first.
What?
There is a descent down here. Let's go look at it.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, so this is the. I think this is.
Look, guys, everything is the same. Only no one made holes here.
Wait. Okay, so this isn't the area that they tried to explore with the diver, but it's, you know, a similar, like it's another staircase on the same level.
Yes, the stairs go down. There is another floor. Imagine, this is not a legend. It's a huge floor. On the other side, we found another descent to that huge flooded floor.
Shall we go further down the corridor today?
I would like to, but it's too scary.
Everything will be okay.
So far, I'm pleasantly surprised by how strong the ice is.
Until you fall under it.
Now we will launch the drone.
Oh my god, chai is good.
Move deeper into the basement. See this branched system? In this direction there is a corridor. To the right there is another. They can be explored for a very long time.
Yeah, I like black tea, but well, I don't like black tea. I have to have it as chai. Like, the only way I've ever been able to tolerate black tea is as chai. I don't like, well, I mean, like, okay, so iced tea is only good if it's really sweet. Whereas chai tea, you're gonna combine it with some milk or some, like, plant-based milk or something like that, right? And it makes it a little bit more tolerable. It's Chernobyl puppy play, who knew? Earl Grey ice cream? That sounds good.
We need to be careful here, because we have moved further, and in this place the ice can be thick.
I don't know if these men were, like, alive when the USSR was a thing.
Where does this sound come from?
Ooh, unsweetened hibiscus tea?
Did you hear any sound?
No, everything is fine.
How do you like the ice?
You can't have tea sweetened at all, so yeah, chai becomes problematic.
Do you see the pin in front of you? No, right in front of you. A pin in the center of the tunnel.
Yeah.
We sailed to this place last time.
I will go with you. The ice does not crack surprisingly. Something like glass will underwater.
Guys, this is really scary. I'm afraid to imagine what will happen if one of us goes under the ice. I have a completely transparent surface under my feet, so I cannot determine the thickness of the ice. Psychologically, this is a very stressful moment, at least for me.
You seem to be floating in the air.
Yes, and I feel the same way.
It looks so unusual. In fact,
everything about this is unusual.
It is better not to go here. There is already thin ice.
Really? Then I won't go.
Bono, don't go any further. Even from here, I can see that it is thin. Visually, the ice layer seems to be decreasing.
There is a tunnel further on.
No, there are tunnels on the right and left. Seuss used to go there. Bono, maybe. Get back, fast.
Come to us. What happened?
The ice is cracked.
Horror.
That's about the thickness of the ice there.
There really is a crack. You crawled out of there so quickly. Well done. Did you see that?
I saw it, and I'm shocked. Bono, you got your bearings very quickly.
I wonder where this tunnel leads further.
It's some kind of closed room.
Sus went there with chemical protection, and there are more tunnels.
The ice is getting thinner, which means there is no exit to the street.
Yes, I think there is something closed. Something like a bunker, maybe?
In theory, we can get there in an inflatable boat, am I right?
Yes, but it's risky, because the boat can break on the cracked ice.
Have you already had this in the Stalinist tunnel?
What if we use thin boats?
Yes, I think...
How will you two continue to make music without Bono?
Can swim. Sus.
Huh?
Bono nearly fell through the ice.
Where?
Where the pin is.
The ice is very thin there.
Bono, I told you to obey your mom and dad. Why did you go ahead? Only people on skates should have been allowed in there.
Will we inflate boats?
We can inflate, but it's very scary there.
The ice will cut it.
How will it cut it?
The ice will cut it.
Sooner or later the ice will break, and we have a very cheap boat.
But the area of pressure on...
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. It's like a child's like inflatable raft. It's not like any sort of serious, substantial, leak-resistant boat.
Sasha, let's cut a hole right here.
There's the...
This is transparent.
There's the that's the drone. That's the drone. Okay, so they got a drone. This is probably like, look, I mean, this is all a bad idea, right? But if you're gonna explore underneath ice, okay, so like I said before, diving itself is dangerous, right? Ice diving is probably more dangerous. Cave diving is more dangerous than just diving, right? But you're combining all these things. You're making a really dangerous situation, and they actually did send a diver down there under the ice. He must have been joking, right? He said he, had 7 years of experience, but then when they asked him again, he was like, yeah, I dived 7 years ago. That was my first time diving ever, and I haven't been diving since then. So, really dangerous situation this guy was in. He was, they had him clipped into a cord that was supposed to keep him safe by giving him, a way to like pull himself back, or they could pull him up, right? And then it came undone. He got detached, right? And he did find his way to the open area of the ice. But imagine he didn't. Imagine he got confused. Imagine he came up in a different place that seemed like the same place. And when he goes up to come out, there's ice there, right? How long could he have been trapped there, like searching around for the hole that he that they made, right? This was just like so dangerous, right? Giving me flashbacks to government work. That must have been one intense job, Mr. Garrick.
The vibration on the ice, guys, is very strong.
But of all the ways of exploring underneath, the one that I'm most in favor of here is the drone. The one thing that I'm wondering, though, is how expensive is that drone?
To appear soon, I can feel it.
Can you imagine what will happen if all the ice cracks and the water rises?
We'll have to run away.
The exit is near.
Now cracks will appear. Here, look.
I do not understand what is going on. Oh, it's double layered.
God damn.
The cracks are showing.
Let's call 911 of the city of Pripyat now. Let's tell them, rescue service, we have a man under the ice.
That's not funny.
Sasha, the hole is ready. Bring the copter. Did you get scared when the ice started to crack?
Just a little. It was obvious that the ice would crack sooner or later. With each step, his layer became thinner and thinner. I think that this is where the tunnel is located, which leads towards the operating fourth reactor. The further you go, the warmer the water becomes, and the ice becomes thinner accordingly. There is no exit to the street, and communication is quite large. In any case, we need to return there by boats when the ice melts. Now the risk of piercing the boat and sinking to the bottom is too great.
Let's build a plan of action after the launch of the drone.
The drone is almost ready. It remains only to untangle this strange wire. Guys, something happened that we did not expect. After the last start, the motors were frozen because there was water left in them. Outside, we cleaned them, but the magnets and the winding inside are also in ice. Because of this, we cannot rotate them. Because the motors are jammed, we can't start the copter. But the guys have some idea.
Maybe pee in it.
Let's try the three of us one by one.
I can take over this engine.
First I'll try to lower it into the hole.
Guys, do you think the ice will melt underwater? But you can try.
It doesn't sink. The ice began to freeze again.
Friends, look how the bubbles float under the ice. We solved the problem with the copter. The water helped him. We didn't have to pee.
He takes amazing pictures. Watch how he spins.
So they just put it underwater and it unfroze. Okay. That's the drone.
Did you film it?
Look what a fish.
Like a little dog.
Look what's there. Do you see it?
Yeah.
What's this? There is some kind of building structure.
Yes, I think so too.
I'll move closer.
See if there is a descent to the lower tier.
Floats well.
Like a submarine.
Like a submarine should.
If only it didn't get stuck.
Don't worry, it's all right.
It's already hooked. Pick up the wire. Doesn't move.
Sasha, lift it as high as possible to check the thickness of the ice.
Okay, now I'll raise it up. Look, can you see the thickness?
Dima, can you see?
Thickness is about 3 to 6 inches.
That's not... I mean, it's
easy to manage. The motors have thawed. A little higher, no need to raise dust.
Okay, no, like it's been a while, right? But I did grow up in a cold part of the country, and I remember 1 inch of ice is dangerous. 2 inches of ice is like maybe okay for like one person to go out on. 3 inches of ice, and you know you can bring more people safely. 3 to 6 is fairly safe, but not totally safe. Maybe is that about right?
It looks like a stingray.
How cool to see it. With such visibility to manage it a pleasure.
Like a little sea dog.
Wow. Okay, that is cool. Subnautica Chernobyl edition.
Look, I pressed the gas with all my might. Now that's speed.
Then we go under the stairs.
Let's go. Guys, we managed to unfreeze the motors. Here we tested the copter. Everything works fine, so we will lower it under the stairs. Without GoPro, it is not buggy. It turns around easily, dives very quickly. Now we will load it into the completely flooded minus the first floor and see what is there. Hope it gets through. Carefully.
Done.
Here it is, the fish.
Let's go quickly. We need to launch to the lower tier. And we'll think about it. Maybe we'll inflate the boats and sail.
Isn't that the area they said was dangerous because it's warmer there and the ice is going to be thinner? And they're all going to go there? Or are they going back to the entrance? I think that's the entrance.
Guys, we reached the same parallel staircase that leads to that terrible floor. Now we will punch a hole and launch the drone, but this time correctly so that the wire does not get tangled, and we'll swim to those secret rooms.
Look, the handrails continue from below under the water.
We need to make a hole in the ice right there.
Like,
As close as possible.
it feels to me like they're like the leprechaun from the cereal commercial, and the secret evil floors of Chernobyl are like the Lucky Charms. Or like, what does he ever get his Lucky Charms? No, wait, the kids are trying to get the Lucky Charms from him. What's the one where the character's like trying to get something and he never gets it? What's the breakfast mascot that he's like, he wants the cereal, but he can never actually get the cereal?
Here. Guys, we're moving forward.
It's like a Coyote Roadrunner thing.
Find a passage to the 4th power unit.
That secret one.
Yes, we need to swim there. I think that our rope should be enough to swim to some technical hatch, and then we will swim out.
Is it Trix? The Trix rabbit never gets to eat Trix? Like, how does he know he wants to eat it, though, if he's never tried it? Why is he so adamant about...
Hold done.
Swim. Now the main thing is to swim carefully.
You're right above the railing now.
It floats there, to the left.
No, swim back. Now straight ahead and down.
Now I saw the need to go down.
Yes, right.
Oh my gosh. I see a door there
So
and
he sees the cereal, but then the kids eat it, so they don't get it.
wires on it.
Come inside.
Oh, I got caught on the stairs. What a shame. I'm dropping.
I can hear it buzzing underwater.
Here is the door. I'm right over it.
Is this a hermetic door?
Yes, a huge hermetic door. Let's look around. There is some room there. Now I'm going to raise the camera, see? And now below.
Here, come straight ahead.
It's dark.
Is something wrong?
The signal disappeared, but now everything is fine.
Oh, bottom.
It's hard to manage.
We had to pee on it.
Maybe the motor is frozen?
We need to understand if there is a...
They didn't really pee on it, did they?
Make a decision. The main thing is to have a passage.
I restarted it. Move on.
Carefully, there may be dead.
It doesn't move. It needs a wire.
No, the drone itself pulls it.
For some reason, it's very buggy. You see?
Of course. It's radiation.
It must be strong.
The radiation.
Are these paintings on the wall?
From where?
A turtle and a whale.
What is it all about?
Looks like some sort of turtle.
By the way, we did not take into account that when the reactor was extinguished, the radiation disabled the electronics.
Here is the door.
Oh, it turned off, but I already restarted it.
It immediately pops up.
Yeah. I immersed it a bit and looked further. There is a void.
Yes, behind the airlock.
Swimming into the void. Oh my gosh. See what's next.
Move forward.
Corridor.
Come on.
Here, the airlock. Look.
Where? On the right.
Here. No, not there. On the other side. Here.
No, it twitches.
Okay.
I leveled.
To
This is Iron Lung.
side. Here, the door is open.
Straight.
Here, look at this.
Give it a wire. It needs.
Here's the door. See?
I see, but it doesn't swim.
Here is the open door. Look.
Oh, it floated. What's this?
I told you, the door.
Okay.
Still further.
And what's that?
Cable racks.
Wait, he actually got the cereal 5 times?
Ah, the cable duct. Exactly, that's it. Swim further.
It's a huge space.
Sasha, what do you see there?
Oh, light bulb. It's a nightmare here. Something is holding the copter. I can't move on. I gas with all my might. Here, the lamp is in front of us. I need to pull a little to make it float. It clings.
Come on.
I'll submerge it a little deeper and try to gas. It is buzzing.
Yeah.
So we sailed through.
Wait, what do they have, like, seasons of the Turkish Rabbit? And, like, maybe, like, the season finale is him getting the cereal?
Bulb. It got stuck on something. I'm trying to eat.
Is it, like, Christmas? Maybe he gets the cereal on Christmas?
But it still does not obey. By the way, the depth is now 2.8 yards. Shall we go back and see if there's another floor there?
Have you already swum?
Let's check if there is a -2nd.
Look at the ceiling. Look what's here. Let me turn it around a bit. This is how it looks from above. Now we should see it wire. Yes, here is the wire.
Sasha, swim on.
Try further.
Yes.
Down the tunnel.
Yes.
It makes no sense. Let's see if there are stairs.
Let's look down.
Let's.
I can't see anything there due to the depth.
Swim there a bit.
Maybe we can find artifacts.
Here, the bottom is clearly visible.
There is something radioactive.
Yes, exactly.
Cool.
Oh, look.
Wow.
Guys, what is this?
Elephant leg.
Blind.
It's the elephant leg!
It turns out
Are they serious?
leg is flooded.
Careful.
Is that really the elephant's leg?
Take the drone out, and it'll be in radiation.
We'll have to return.
Is that really part of the melted down core?
Under warranty after that. There's a ladder lying around.
No, it's radioactive now.
Even lower.
You can't take it back.
Where did the leg go?
The leg is here, under you.
Why aren't there fish?
Imagine
Are they kidding?
diving there. You can get stuck and die.
Let's now try to see what is at the top.
Most interesting death.
Die under a nuclear reactor, right? The wire from the drone is not tangled, so we continue.
Let's check the stairs to see if there's another floor.
Pull out.
Decided to pull it out by hand.
Everything goes well.
Don't rush, be careful.
Yes, so that the wire does not get tangled.
If it gets stuck, then we will lose all frames.
Then Camrad will have to dive.
Let's take it down to lower level.
The rabbit represents adulthood and, like, putting, like, you want to indulge in childish things, but you got to be the grown-up rabbit.
Now it should stabilize. Now I can step on the gas. It's much easier to...
And what's the lesson of the leprechaun?
Bubbles under the ice. Very cool.
I control it.
Go ahead.
Give it the wire. I'll lower it to the bottom.
I have given.
Fine. There is some kind of staircase. Now let's explore it.
Wow. There again. Look.
There's another entrance.
Try to swim.
What?
Give me a sec.
One more door.
Yes.
What's this?
Done. I'm in. I do not know either. Some iron doors.
A structure to which they were welded with iron posts.
Turn around. Take it back.
Look what is there. There's a railing and then there's a staircase.
Swim in this hole.
Now I'm going a little further.
I feel like if they take it into the hole, they're not going to get it out. Okay, there's a ladder. Wait, why doesn't it show the depth?
It caught onto the railing. Did the footage remain on the drone?
We can download them. As long as there is a connection with him, I can download.
Download quickly. You see, even if the ice melts, the only way to get it is for a scuba diver to dive in there and untangle that wire. Because it got tangled at a depth of almost 5 yards.
5 yards. 5 meters.
To the bottom of Chernobyl.
I'll try to get it.
Did they say $5,000? So these guys are big YouTubers, right? They're big channels.
Look, I can still manage it. Last minutes. Oh, we weren't.
Okay, so the rabbit got the cereal in 68, 76. He had to wait 8 years to get the cereal, then 80, so 4 years, and then 7 years. In 87, 91. Bugs Bunny helped him once to get it. I mean, that will definitely help you. That's like getting the shout out from a bigger content creator.
Let me try to get up.
Where?
He went up. Really floats up and stopped again.
Better pull down.
So it got stuck down.
What a beast.
Women sleep with these people? I think the jury's still out on that.
Wire suck?
Garrick.
Now I see that the wire goes under the railing, and then
maybe with Sasha.
He's stuck somewhere, now twitching helplessly.
In general, there is a railing somewhere, and it caught onto them.
Maybe try moving the wire away from the railing?
Hush, it's humming.
Is it the end of it?
Camrad, who will pay?
Yes, Camrad.
Someone other than me.
At what depth is it now?
Depth 4.1 yards.
4.1.
Yes.
And it was almost 5.
Above, swim even higher.
Here, I see it.
Ah, so now to the right.
I can't sail away. Something is holding it.
No, the wire is completely free.
Oh no, not here. Just don't tie it in a loop. Try to gently pull the wire, but very slowly. Let's see what happens. It's getting closer. I can see. Now I'll turn a little to the left. Closer and closer, more to the left. Closer and closer.
Closer and closer.
Twitched.
They told you to pull slowly.
Pull again.
Just slow.
Got caught?
Yes.
So it's somewhere in the back.
Then you need to turn around.
Here, the wire is right above us.
Most likely, it is somewhere in this stick.
Try pulling.
Wait, is this our light?
Yes, it's ours.
It is very close.
It got closer.
I can see it from here.
See? The charge remains 6%.
How much?
Yes, so few.
Come on, our friend.
I see it.
It has become much closer. Pull out.
I can't. It's stuck.
Bring a stick. Watch how he twitches. Yes, he's stuck between the stairs, so I just need to go there. Let go for now. I'll try to sail away. Last try, only 4% left.
Someone can take off their clothes and dive in after it. Look, this stick will do.
It's shorter than it should be.
Did they just get this from somewhere in Chernobyl? Yeah, this is...
It has a hook on it too.
What is that thing? The perfect... It's got a hook and...
Sasha, try moving it. Now forward.
I'm moving. By the way, the wire has become longer.
Yes. So try little by little.
It gets closer.
Oh, here we go.
There it is. Very close, but not reachable.
Come on, 1%.
Don't scratch it. We can't return it under warranty.
Oh, it's very close.
Yes, Sasha, come on the last breath.
Bono, save us, please.
The end, it was discharged. It's a pity. Here, I see it.
So it's out of energy.
Yes, it has discharged.
Can you see what it's stuck to?
Is it far away?
There are many loops.
Bono, watch your hands.
I can't figure out which side it is. Maybe here.
I see it. It seems to be dancing. Now very close. How did you do it?
He got it.
We won.
We won, chat. The drone is saved.
It's not dead. How did we do it? It was very hard. He swam at great depths.
Bono, have you wet your hands?
Oh my god, chat.
I have my spares.
Bono once again saved us all. Hero.
I just realized what time it was.
Let's leave quickly, because Camrad wants tea again.
Camrad, you're not the only one who wants this. I need it too.
Does anyone want to offer me?
Bono promised us to brew his pure again.
Guys,
apparently Camrad brews the best tea.
Managed to explore this minus the first floor. There are a lot of tunnels. We were afraid that the copter would get confused, but we managed to...
Okay, so are they saying that there's one more floor that they didn't explore, but they've pretty much, yeah, like they got down pretty... They were down like 5 meters. I'm trying to think, that's like, okay. 2 meters is like bigger than a person, right? Most people. And then like 2 meters is like a tall person, right? And so almost 3 times that, like 2.5 times a tall person down. I mean,
swim far. There were hermetic doors and a strange light, so we decided to rent...
Like it's 2 Jotaro Kujos. 2.5 Jotaro Kujos.
Scuba gear. And on a rented scuba gear, we will calmly swim there. But it will be in the summer, because scuba diving under the ice is deadly.
Sasha, in autumn.
We leave here and take all the rubbish with us. It's clean, here we left only food for the next time. Anything can happen, we might get stuck here.
So we are clean before the law. We didn't even litter here. We didn't break anything.
We took away even small bags.
We've taken every little detail.
Friends, thank you for being with us. We don't want to delay you, so see you in the new episodes.
God damn. So yeah, like, look, so this is Creosan English. I mean, I don't know if we even see the person who's actually filming this, right? Super Seuss also has a channel, which you can find on YouTube if you're interested in, but, oh my god, chat, that's gonna have to be it for me for the night. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for all the support. I appreciate whether you support me on YouTube through memberships or super chats, super stickers, the like, whether you support me on Twitch through subs or bits or the like, or whether you choose to support me on Patreon or even just through hitting that like button, because that like button actually more powerful than you realize. It means the world to me. And thank you for taking this deep dark dive with me. I promise it'll never get this. We won't do content this dark again. It's just like sometimes you got to go through the drama, and I hadn't covered that yet. And there it is. I've now covered Mama Max, and we've now done the radioactive leaks, right? So allegations addressed. I will see you later, and much love. Much love, everybody.